I'll also be keeping an eye on the chat room to see if there's any feedback I can offer, so if you need to reach out to me, go ahead and let me know. Other than that, I'm going to make some mic adjustments here, and while I myself will probably not be hopping in for a while yet, I do look forward to seeing what kind of exciting battles we get to see today. If you're having any issues hearing me, please let me know. I'm trying to counter the sound so that my sound and the game sound don't drown each other out like they did last week. Also, thank you for the comment on nice videos. I'm glad you enjoy them. We should be going live now. Hey Wadoop! Good to see you here. Everybody, this is Wadoop. We have, of course, not met in person, but you would recognize Wadoop's music if you have been subscribed to me for a while, because my end tag stingers always include their remix of the Puzzle Plank Galaxy theme. Well, almost always. They're an excellent remixer. I highly recommend you check them out. They're a lot of fun to listen to, and they do streams of their own where you can kind of see what they're working on. Obviously, this sounds like a shameless plug, but I don't care because they're totally worth it, so check them out. By the way, if you all can hear me, now would be a great time to message that in the comment If you could let me know if you can hear me and hear what my game is doing, that would be fantastic. I'd very much appreciate that. There's Green Toad and Tux. Good to see you guys. Green Toad, I just want to thank you for inviting me to this tournament. Without you, we would probably be streaming a completely different game today, so it's nice to have something going on. I like events, and I haven't been invited to one in quite some time, so thank you. Thank you, Ducky. I appreciate the confirmation. Thank you, Shaw. Good to see you here. This is fun stuff, folks. I'm really excited. I haven't had this many people in chat in a while. Well, Wadoop, I do mention you in the reference to every video. I like to cite the music I use, especially when I have permission, because if I don't have permission, it's not going in there. So the fact that you gave permission, that was, for me, like, yep, we're going in there. Alright, folks, looks like the first battle is starting. Who we up against? Captain Falcon versus Cloud. F-Zero versus Final Fantasy. Tart versus KK Slider on the Persona stage. Let's see what we got with a 3-stock battle, 7-minute timer. Alright. Cloud lands first blood, comboing Tart pretty well. A little bit of bouncing back and forth here. Both of these characters have an interesting kind of air game, but of course there's the limit break that Cloud can pull off, which gives him a little more oomph. That being said, Captain Falcon is doing his best to come back with what he sends. Now, if you were to ask me what these respective strategies are like, I would tell you I don't currently know. I haven't watched these people play long enough to be able to add that kind of commentary, but I will tell you that right now we can see them both racking up some high damage on each other, trying to counteract each other's moves. So far the connection is pretty solid, so we're not looking at too much lag. 11 people here. I want to thank you all for joining in. Some of you I know are participating, others are here to comment, others are just checking out, and it's great to have all of you. Ooh, a little bit of lag there, throwing in some of that input lag to make things difficult. 103 versus 105%, neither of them are giving up. It'll just take one well-landed hit, and then somebody's goose is cooked. Captain Falcon taking a beating, but giving Cloud almost as good as he sent. Oh, I spoke too soon. Tart takes the first stock. Can KK come back from that? We'll find out. He's sure trying, but Falcon has a impressive ability to land himself back on the stage. Cloud needs to get some serious air on Captain Falcon and get him as far away as possible. Play to that low recovery. But Tart seems to have gotten not only his wind, but a pretty impressive second wind. He refuses to back down. The knockback on these is confusing to me, because I would expect at least a few of these hits to throw Tart a little farther, but he is not backing off. So here's some questions for you. What is the Oh, there we go. 2-2. It's back to an even match now, folks. Well, even minus the percentage. Here's a question for y'all. How often does this inspire you to think of those kung fu movies where you see people with like swords and guns and then they come up against some person who's just really good at punching? Thank you, Tux. See, I didn't even get a chance to read your comment before making this comment, so that's fantastic. Woo! Cloud is taking it hard. And that's a stock down, folks. If KK can't find a way to counteract Tart's quick-moving strategy, this match may be over. I'm doing that cliche sports commentator thing where I call things way too early and then the underdog comes back and just proves me completely bonkers. Ooh. Tart, be careful with that Falcon Punch, man. It may be a good move, but it takes forever to charge up and is widely regarded by the Discord servers as actually being Captain Falcon's worst move, despite being iconic. That being said, Cloud here seems interested in shooting for his limit break. Oh, there is a counteraction if ever I've seen one. As somebody who never played the F-Zero games or Final Fantasy games, I don't know a ton about these characters, but what's interesting is that F-Zero originally started off as almost not exactly a tech demo, but kind of a tech demo, because it showed off the abilities that the Super Nintendo had, which at the time were considered fairly impressive. Amusingly, it would inspire its much more popular counterpart, Mario Kart, when people determined that a multiplayer mode, well, the folks at Nintendo determined that a multiplayer mode would be more exciting, and decided to follow the logical conclusion of putting their most popular plumber at the helm. 135% to 125%, one stock left for KK Slider. He's just spamming now. All Tart has to do is land one well-timed punch, and this game is over. That's a wrap, folks. With 2 stocks remaining, Captain Falcon takes the first W of the day. Congratulations, Tart. You're in good shape. Captain Falcon makes me vaguely uncomfortable. Alright, so that's the first match of the day. Where will that put us next time? Let's take a look and find out. I actually haven't watched RWBY either. I'll just admit that. So there are supposed to be a few more people here. We're still standing by on that. If I'm supposed to be hopping in right about now, somebody needs to tell me. Thanks, Ducky. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Alright. I'm keeping an eye on Discord in case somebody's trying to tell me something. There's a good chance that the tournament organizer is currently in the process of getting the next battle loaded, so thank you all for your patience. In the meantime, here's some thoughts of the day for you. One of the interesting things about Smash Brothers is that when it first got started, the idea was not to have it be starring a bunch of Nintendo characters, let alone third-party characters. It was going to be its own IP, with completely different characterizations, and what happened essentially was Masahiro Sakurai spoke to Satoru Iwata, and they came to the conclusion that it would make sense to use well-known Nintendo IPs. So they actually went without Shigeru Miyamoto's approval, and they just hopped in and basically created a demo of the game with the Nintendo characters and then showed it off to him. And he liked the idea enough for them to go forward on it. And so the first Smash Brothers could have been something that would have literally been completely unrelated to Mario or anybody else in the gang. So there's a little Smash factoid for you. Best out of 3. How's that for fun stuff? Alright. Looks like it's round 2. Back for a rematch. Best out of 3, folks. So if KK Slider can't counter this time, Tart's gonna take the full match.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, thanks for updating there. Thanks for updating there, Tux. I got a little, a little confused for a second. One of the things that's nice about this is it's practice for me. I will say right now, if KK is hoping to make a comeback, they should probably get on that, like, now. Because, oh, that was just unnecessary. that was disrespectful. KK is just getting his sword handed to him. This match seems even less balanced than the last one. KK, I feel for you right now, man. I have a feeling that I need you to come out from under there, dude. Come on, you got this. That's terrible, Tux. I love it. It's absolutely awful. KK, I saw you use that limit break, but it doesn't seem to have quite done what you were hoping for. It would seem to me that Falcon has a better ground game, and since both of these characters are spending a lot of time on the ground, it's seems to be playing more to KK's advantage, or Tart's advantage here. But that doesn't mean KK isn't trying to bring his second wind back. The only problem is he has been roasted again. This is a tight one, folks, because you want to see KK counter well. On the other hand, Tart is performing so well today. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on him because, or her, or them. Sorry, it's hard for me not to call you by the pronoun that your character would normally use. So, like, you know, have fun thinking about the logistics of that. We got 11 viewers right now. If you're just joining in, we're doing a Super Smash Bros. Quarantine Tournament stream. I'm just commenting right now. I'm not currently playing, which is probably for the best because I would like to watch how other people play before I hop into it to give me some chance of getting in there. As you can tell, though, KK Slider is having a tough time. He's on the ropes, what with Tart here, getting 3 stocks to his 1 already. Having 2 stocked him twice and having a higher percentage. He is in for it. If Falcon lands... Me and my big mouth. It's true, Tux. You're right. The fighting types always have a disadvantage against flying types, and Captain Falcon is more bird-like than Cloud and his sword, so what are you gonna do? Well, that's 2 out of 3. Tart has proven himself quite effectively. The real question is, what happens next? Waiting on Green Toad here to go ahead and bring the next one in, so thank you all for hanging in there. Here's another video game factoid to tide you over in the interim, something that will hopefully inspire you to think about creating video games of your own. Shigeru Miyamoto, when he was originally hired to work for Nintendo, was not, in fact, hired to be a video game maker. He was hired for design. At that time, he preferred to play a ukulele, if I remember correctly, and he showed up to the interview because a family member got it for him. So, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Of course, he would go on to create some of the most iconic franchises of all time. So, this is all to say, don't ever for a moment think that you're disqualified because you don't necessarily know everything about what you want to do in life. Looks like we got some new folks entering the ring here, including somebody just named No. I'll be thinking about that for a while. In case anybody's curious why my icon is Mew, it's because I couldn't find Jeloetta. It might actually be in there and I just wasn't noticing that, but I'm not going to tinker with it now, obviously. If we have another Smash tournament, then I'll fix it. Ducky with Incineroar and no... Well, not literally Incineroar, but... you know what I'm saying. Obviously, I can't battle with Mew. I feel like that would be a little overpowered. Down B is just Genesis Supernova, obliterating everything and everyone. Just World of Light all over again. So, another Smash fact, since we're still waiting. Smash Brothers Melee was actually developed in an incredibly short period of time because of the fact that it was not originally going to be known whether it would be made. And so the turnaround time between the N64 game and the GameCube game was fairly impressive. Alright folks, it's Incineroar, the blue one, versus Ness, the red one. You bring an excellent point up there, Tux. Now I'm just going to say right off the bat, both of these fighters are very gimmicky. I like Ness, but I can't use him. I just flat out don't like Incineroar. Nothing against Ducky, but I stink at using him. You can tell both of these fighters are already off to a very serious beginning. We've got the first 15 seconds, and so far not much has happened. They're just using lots of jabs, and I could be honest, I feel like they're just testing to see what I'll say about it. And honestly, there's not much for me to say, but oh, there we go. Ness getting ready to draw first blood, and he's starting with PK Fire, aka Spam move. We got a little more lag on this one, though. Ooh, nice counter from Ducky there. He is not in the mood to deal with this. And Ness self-destructs by completely missing PK Thunder. Can he come back from something like that? Well, he's sure giving it a shot. One of the things Incineroar has going for him is that he can take a beating, but his recovery is garbage. So if Ness can get him off the stage, it may not be much of a battle at all. Ness has an awkward kind of game for air game though too, since his jump only goes once, and his recovery is kind of jank. Well, there we go, folks. You just gotta get more airtime. More airtime for Ness means better chances for him. When it comes to distance attacks, oh, that stung. Thanks for checking in, Felix. Alright, folks, Ness is now given as good as he sends. He's got a higher percentage, but he's decided to play that air game to his advantage. Or at least as much as he can. Can he recover from something like this? Air dodged out of it. Nice. But he's going a little crazy with those smash attacks, and he blew himself up again. PK Thunder, man, that's got some disadvantages. Spamming that yo-yo. So, fun fact for you, if you've ever played Earthbound, Ness cannot canonically learn any of the moves that he uses in this game, and so they actually lampshaded that by indicating that Paula taught him how to use PK Fire and all the other things so that he would be prepared for Smash Brothers. Which is sort of ironic because, of course, Smash Brothers itself, as you all know, is supposed to be non-canonical to any of these games, so... Ooh. Ness is taking some serious airtime. If he doesn't find a way to counter Ducky and actually control those Psy abilities, he is going to have his piece cooked. Forward smash didn't connect. PK Fire again. Oh, that was the hit that he needed. It's now one stock to one stock, folks. And no offense to Ducky, but the only reason No is doing as badly as he's doing is because he's killed himself twice. If he can actually learn to control himself, Ducky may be in for an unpleasant surprise. The real question is whether Ness can manage to land enough hits before his much higher tendency to take recoil ends up cooking his boost for him. For those of you who are curious, by the way, I've played like one Smash Brothers game. So if I sound authoritative, I think I'm just coming up with what I can. Look at that! Look at that, folks. Never count out the kid in red. Earthbound makes a surprise appearance. Not, of course, in the form of a localized third game, but still, it's a solid start for the baseball bat kid. Kudos to you, No. Ducky, better luck next time. It's going to be impossible to give commentary when I have to talk, I just know it. Or when I have to play, I just know it. I'm not sure, Will. I'm not sure where everyone is. I mean, I'm not the one organizing this tournament, so even though I'm commenting on it, I actually don't have a lot of idea behind what's going behind the scenes. Green is going to have to, like, up and message me when it's time for me to start, so... I want to thank everybody who's here. We got 13 folks now, so that's pretty awesome. If you are just tuning in, this is our quarantine tournament. I was invited to this by Green Toad, who you might message in the chat. You know what, Wadoop, I'm curious, if you've ever remixed a piece from Smash, like maybe the opening theme. I'll be honest, I like the theme song to Smash Ultimate, but I think the words were actually written by Mr. What's his name? I suddenly forgot how to say his name. Oh, the words were actually written by Masahiro Sakurai. The problem is, at least in English, they kind of sound ridiculous. I mean, it's just Smash Brothers. So, if you see a screen darkening, that is my Switch. It will fix itself every time I jiggle the controller, but I have to forget, or I have to remember to do that, so sorry for the occasional sudden drop. I'm going to drop in on Discord real quick, make sure I'm not overlooking anything. Hey, Snore. Welcome to the Smash Fest. You know, it is fun. So, another interesting thing, I'm sure you guys know this, like, I'm probably saying things you already know, but, the director of Smash Brothers, who I've referred to by name several times now, also voiced King Dedede and was, for a while, a director on a lot of the Kirby games. So, Smash Brothers is by no means his first rodeo, it's just something he spends a lot of time on. I'll say this right now. I'm seeing a little bit of salt from Ducky, just a little bit. Alright. It looks like Incineroar is making their return, hopefully to redeem themselves, but Corrin is coming in from no, so Ness will not be making his reappearance on Final Destination. Ooh, first blood from Corrin, but Corrin is not known for hitting very hard. The real question is if Incineroar can get up close and personal and make them pay for those side moves. Corrin does move faster, and although none of them have particularly fantastic recovery... Ooh, my goodness. Ducky! Come on, you got this. I know I'm supposed to be the unbiased announcer, but that stung. That stung. Ooh. I don't know if we're seeing input lag here, folks, but that's the first time Incineroar's even landed a hit so far. Oh! Self-destruct! Ducky! Ouch! This is quite the match we've got here, folks. Corrin seems to be performing a lot better than Ness did, and Ness kind of had to pull it out at the last moment. But Corrin's just styling at this point. I see Tux here has his favorites. You know, folks, for those of you who are curious, I'm addressing a few folks in the chat by name because I've actually seen them at multiple chats before, but you're always invited to join me for other ones. I usually stream at 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Yes, that's another shameless plug, but the more of you I recognize, the more conversational I get. Unfortunately, by the time I finished giving that shameless plug, No had taken another W, and Incineroar had been slapped back onto the bench. Sorry, Ducky. I do feel bad. You hate to see it happen like that. But I gotta give credit to Corrin and Ness. No, you did a... It's really hard to just call you No. You did a really good job. That was impressive. Alright, folks. Now we're waiting for the next set. We got two different Pichus here. In theory, one of them is going to be the next competitor. Pichu has stepped into the ring. If it's the real Pichu, we do not know. Tux, that is the worst thing I've ever read. Thank you. How about another useless video game fact for you folks? So, let's think here. How about a particular franchise this time? We'll try, oh, who will we try? Oh, here's a fun one. So the voice actor for Pikachu, whose name unfortunately escapes me, happens to be the same voice actor that Morgana from Persona uses in Japan. Now, obviously, in the United States, Morgana has their own voice, a different voice, and so you won't recognize it, but if you're looking for some vocal similarity between a cat and a mouse, look no further than Persona and Pokemon. We all feel for you, Ducky. That was a rough bout. That was tough. So, questions, concerns. Tell you what, folks. Since we're waiting for the next tournament to get set up, why don't you ask me a question? I will be monitoring the chat, and even if I don't answer it immediately, I will answer it when I get the chance. Oh, that's another side interesting fact for you. Super Mario, what's my opinion on KFC? Landon, that's an excellent question. The short answer is I can't stand it. This is a little bit weird, I suppose, but poultry products in general are not my favorite. I can eat some of them, but others I'm just kind of about, and it's because I had a bad experience at a TGI Fridays once, which kind of scarred me as a kid. And so I actually don't mind the flavor, but I can't do the texture. And so as a result, chicken in general doesn't work for me. I particularly dislike KFC though, because every KFC I've ever gone to undercooked the bird. And I was afraid I was going to get food poisoning, so that just made me nuts. So thank you for asking, Landon. Manuel, I wouldn't kiss anybody for $100. I believe that if I'm going to kiss anybody, it should be because I want to, and regardless of who I'm kissing, I wouldn't want to do it for money. I'm not really a kisser anyway. My opinion of the letter E, if you're referring to the vowel, I like the letter E as a vowel. It is impressive, it does a lot of things. You can't get away with using my YouTube name without it. I'm going to appreciate the letter E. Yeah, too late, Manuel. You put it in the chat room. Everybody heard me say it. Yeah. Hey, once on the internet, always on the internet, man. I don't delete my streams. These stay up here forever. In other news, Greenleaf, that's an excellent question. Can you win the lottery? Statistically, no. But that's okay, because statistically neither can I, or Tux, or anyone else in this chat room, or anyone else in the neighborhood. However, if you prove me wrong, please let me know. I would like to hear about that. Tux, I can think of several places I'd like to get actual buckets of food, including but not limited to cash and carry. I met Green Landon in one of the chats, actually. He is one of my early subscribers, back when I had like 25 people. And even though I'm only at 122 people, he has continued to be a faithful supporter, so to speak. What's my opinion on Jell-O the food? I enjoy Jell-O, Tux. I actually do, but I don't eat it very often. When people put fruit into it, it makes me mad, so don't do that. The only fruit that belongs inside Jell-O is maybe strawberries. Other than that, just keep it out. Jell-O is fine by itself. Manuel, if you're just gonna keep the awkward questions up, huh? Also, I have a feeling that I might have missed a joke a little bit earlier when somebody asked me about the letter E, and I'm not gonna ask for clarification. Don't get into it. And to answer your question, Manuel, no. No, I'm not. Not in the traditional sense. I do like anthropomorphized creatures. I think that Disney films have made it so pretty much all of us like anthropomorphized creatures, but I don't think I qualify as a furry in the technical sense. Any other questions? I have one for green, which is who's supposed to be up next? Because if it's me and I don't know that, then I'm going to be very embarrassed. Oskull, good question. Who do I think is the best character in Smash? So, that depends. If you mean best fighter, I don't know. There are pros and cons to each one. If you're talking about favorite character just in general, that would go to Yoshi. But that's because I've been playing with Yoshi in pretty much every game I've ever played since 1999. Green, I could only talk for so long before people get bored. Come on, we need some action. What's going on? My match is last. Well, fine then. At least I can be patient. Y'all are great, by the way. I don't know how to say this, but I'm actually genuinely flattered that there are 13 of you who are actually listening to me. Greenleaf, I'm not much of a hugger, to be honest, but if I were in the same general vicinity as you, I might be willing to give you a hug. Everybody needs a hug once in a while. I've I've actually had a pretty crappy weekend up until now, so I myself could probably use a hug. That's okay, Green. I mean, as long as there's movement. My real question is if everybody's having a good time, because I'm fine. I just, don't want to make anybody talk to me and wonder when the Smash tournament actually continues. Why is there no free food because of COVID-19? I do not know. But I do know that some companies that deliver food are giving meals away to help. So there are some people who are making conscious efforts to help. Yes, Tux, I wish so much that the Smash Spirits were more like Brawl's Subspace Emissary. Subspace Emissary made no sense, but that was what I loved about it. Like, it was a completely ridiculous story, played completely straight, as if we were supposed to take it all seriously. And then there's World of Light, which is also played completely straight, but for all the wrong reasons, because they make it sound super serious, and they have, like, 3 cutscenes, and then you realize that was it. There really wasn't that much to it. Like, World of Light is fine, but it's kind of meh. I didn't feel any great sense of accomplishment when I beat it. Manuel, that's a good question. There are games I think don't shine enough light on characters I like, but that's partially because they tend to be indie games. Like Freedom Planet is a favorite of mine, and I might have to get back to you on that. All right, Beta, good. You said it. Good luck to everyone in this match. All right, it's Ganondorf versus Ness, or Pichu versus Peppa Pig, which is just not a sentence I expected to say anytime this month. But so far, the King of Darkness is giving the PSI legend a run for his money. In fact, those counters... Oh! First stock in less than 20 seconds. Peppa Pig is going to have to come back with something a little better than that. Well, he completely missed that kick. But this is the first time Ness even landed a serious hit on the guy. If he doesn't find some way to keep him off the stage, it's going to be pretty much curtains for Ness the way this is going. Oh. For some reason, Ness seems interested in hugging the core, and that was scary. And it still ended up in a loss. That hurts. Nobody can dwarf the dwarf. Thank you for that. Thank you for that very much. I'm going to be stuck thinking about that one for a while. Folks, only in Smash can you get the age-old question answered. Who would win? A warlock with powers of destroying entire worlds, or a kid with a baseball bat? So far, the answer seems to be warlock with world-destroying power, but when you put it that way, can you really blame Ness? Ooh. This is going to be tight, and not in a good way. Ouch. Less than a minute and a half, Ness's goose is cooked. Sorry, Peppa, but the blue boy is taking this one. Hey, Oatism, good to have you here. For those of you who don't know Oatism has been around For a little while now, they designed a couple of the troll levels that I've played. Well, one of the troll levels that I've played so far. They run a Discord server called the Mario Maker Marketplace, and I highly recommend you check it out if you have any interest in Mario Maker whatsoever. Tux, I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to let somebody else do that. Landon, I don't think I'm old enough to be your dad. I'm only 24. Oscol, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. It's a pretty small channel here, folks, but I enjoy what I do, so it's nice to have other people here to enjoy it with me. So yeah, new videos on Monday and Wednesday, streams on Saturday. I'm a pretty persistent guy. I feel really awkward hyping myself up, but, you know, I think that's what YouTube people are supposed to do. I think. I don't know. Alright, folks. Looks like Ness is going to try to be the comeback kid. Yeah, I know. My voice doesn't exactly give it away, does it? A lot of people tell me I sound younger than I am. Alright, Pichu versus Peppa. Match number 2. And it looks like Ness is less interested in playing the close-up game and wants to do a little more camping. Ooh. The question is, will the PSI legend have learned enough from his last fight to be able to keep the King of Darkness at bay? So far, every time he lands a hit, I'm inclined to think the answer is not so much. Ooh! That's a recovery gone wrong. I am not 19, but thank you for the vote of age, because I'm getting to that point where people start calling me old. So it's nice to hear that I don't sound that way, at least. I will tell you this, Ness is still giving a stronger performance than last time. It hasn't been perfect, but it is... Ooh, well, You know, I really should probably stop saying stuff like that. I don't know who T-Series is, Landon. So I can't really answer that question. But if you're referring to me getting a really high subscription count in one day, I think I would be stunned and flabbergasted and excited all at once. I mean, I can't pretend I wouldn't like to have a higher subscription account. Or subscription. Subscriber count. That would be cool. I have not played any Persona at all. Ness, you deserved better, my dude. Pichu, that was an impressive performance. Once again, you took that W. It took you a little longer this time. Ness did learn a few things, but it just wasn't enough. Tux, if you're referring to Persona in the sense of the game, I gotta be honest, I don't know how to answer that question, only because my first exposure to Persona was actually through Smash Brothers. Oh, they beat PewDiePie. I've never even heard of him. How weird is that? $100 million subs. If I had 100 million subs, I don't know what I would do with that. Like, I guess I'd be excited, obviously. Here's the thing, guys. And this needs to be clarified because I don't know how big this channel will get or if it'll ever be big at all. I don't know. I hear there's a lot of luck involved, but one of the things that is fundamentally important to me about this channel, about Jeloetta as a whole, is having a good time with people you care about. So, like, I don't know all of you up close and personal, but I get to engage with you, I get to talk with you, I get to have fun. And so, I mean, if I get big one day, that's cool. But this has got to fundamentally be about having a good time, because if it's anything else, I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. Alright, Pichu TK versus NPC. We got the Pokemon Trainer versus the Battlestar Galactica Warrior. For anybody who's wondering what I just said, or who knows what I just said and is genuinely offended, sorry. So far it's a bit of a even match here. We've got 30% versus 20%. Ivysaur tends to hit harder, but has the worst ground game. Literally, they've done measurements, and his jump and recovery pretty much are the worst. So if you can keep him on the ground, he's good. If you get Ivysaur off the ground, his goose is more or less cooked. But he is doing everything he can to keep Samus from having any chance at all of getting back up. Samus is holding her own, but just barely. Woo! Little flame charge there, but it wasn't enough. Careful of that recoil damage there, Pichu. I will say this right now. Samus is making some amazing recoveries considering. Charizard's going to have to be careful about how often he uses that flame burst. That recoil causes problems of its own. Oh! What did I just say? Look at that, folks. Against all odds, Samus actually took the first stock. We better bring Ivysaur back out there. There's no time for styling with the big lizard. By which I mean the fire-breathing one and not the one with a seat on its back. One clean hit will get Samus out of here, and then it'll be back to an even match. There we go. Do not ignore the sore. Thank you for that. Tux here, folks, in case y'all don't know, is an excellent artist and a friend of mine. I feel just obligated to like introduce everybody without being like too introductory. And he's been around for quite a few streams of mine, and you should definitely converse with him when you get the chance. If you feel, if you're, I'm not saying this right, but there's that crummy recovery I was telling you about. It wasn't good enough, folks. The Pokemon trainer's giving his best, but Samus here is showing her experience as a battle-hardened warrior. NPC is just not having it with these shenanigans. Ooh. Ouch. An actual announcer. Well, that would be cool. I've actually thought it would be fun to be a voice actor. I don't know what kind of characters I could play, but I think it would be fun. Folks, this is actually kind of hard for me to watch. Like, nothing against the Metroid series, but I feel more personally attached to Pokemon. And to just see a trainer get utterly shellacked by a person with a gun. Well, okay, maybe it's not utterly shellacked. It's one stock on one stock. I don't feel super hopeful for Charizard because he's not the most balanced of characters, but I'm not the one who gets to make that call, so, I will say this. They're doing a good job. Oh my gosh. Oh, that recovery barely saved it. Oh man. This is a challenge, guys. We'll say right now, I'm seeing the shield brought out a lot more than I think I noticed earlier. Yeah, I do have a capture card. And unfortunately, folks, that is it for the Pokemon trainer. 3 stocks. But it was not by any means a shutout. Samus here did have a run for her money, so we will give Pokemon Trader credit where it is due. If I could voice act on a show, what would it be? Tux, that is a great question. I think it would be fun to voice act on DuckTales. I'm a big fan of the rebooted series, and I think it'd be cool to voice one of the ducks. Alternatively, I myself actually write screenplays and other things like that, and I've always thought it would be fun to voice something on my own. In fact, at some point, I did have a video project I was working on. It was going to be an animated series based in the Pokemon world, and I played the protagonist. I feel like I should clarify, I was writing it and technically producing it. The only reason I was voice acting in it as well was because it was such a small team, and originally I was planning on finding a different voice actor. Unfortunately, the whole project fell through, and so nobody's ever going to see it, unless, sometime in the distant future I get a lot more money and time and people. But there was some pretty cool artwork, and I was going to voice act for it. If I had to voice act for an existing series, I think DuckTales would probably be my first choice. Honestly, though, I would take up a lot of things. If somebody had a voice acting gig they wanted me to do, I would probably hop on that. All right, next battle, folks. This is exciting stuff. Piranha Plant versus the Pokemon Trainer. NPC has given up on her. From Piranha Plant, I don't even know what to say. But we got 2 plants, so this should be fun. Ooh. The real question is, which of these aggressive vegetables can take the W. And will it be a purely Ivysaur based match? Piranha Plant has a much better air game, just by default, but he doesn't hit nearly as hard. I don't know why I'm saying he. It's a plant. It's a plant. Ooh! One of those spike balls, though. And he's camping out near the end, trying to taunt Pichu into coming over and taking off that air time. Because Ivysaur does not have the best air, and we know it. We all know it. There was just a long-lasting charge there for no fun. Ooh! Ivysaur just powering through that, but oh, there we go. Fire versus plant life. Who can take it? That's the question now, folks. But it looks like Charizard is ready to style as hard as he can to keep Piranha Plant off that cliff. Doesn't quite suit though. Oh! Last minute recovery there. Look at this, folks. Look at this. This is wild. It's evenly matched. Evenly matched. And my screen did that annoying thing again. Ooh, they both went flying. Oh, but Piranha Plant makes a much smoother return, folks. And yet, it's not enough. Charizard takes the first stock. Piranha Plant, of course, is going to come back for that as hard as possible. With so little power left, that is such a high damage call. You would think at this point Charizard could just start doing whatever they wanted. But they've instead decided to style by just letting Piranha Plant take care of themselves. Woof! Look at this, folks. Charizard is standing strong and edge guarding. Decided to play the game that Piranha Plant was trying to play earlier. Seeing all these strategies makes me real anxious because I am not very good at this game and I gotta be last, and now I feel like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, NPC. That was quite the turnaround, folks. The Pokemon trainer came out on top. Whew, we gotta give some serious kudos to Pokemon trainer for pulling that one out. That was a 3-stock battle, just bang, bang, boom. And just when I thought that there was gonna be some kind of switch up, just countered it like that. Bang, boom. Tux, I'm beginning to wonder if you have considered writing poetry for a living. Well, it's Pichu versus Samus now, so everybody's bringing out some new folks. But Pichu wants to play as Pichu. It looks like this is gonna be oh my gosh. Just throw that in there, why not, huh? NPC's taking first blood. Pichu's biggest liability, of course, is the ability to self-damage, but they can hit pretty hard when they need to. Right now, though, the real question is, can chaining those attacks counteract the recoil that Pichu self-inflicts by default? Oof. We're seeing some pretty quick-moving battles here, but looks like Pichu, well, I was going to say something like, looks like Pichu did something great, and then Pichu blew themselves up, so I'm really not sure what to do with that information. I'm still trying to process what just happened. Tux, that is tragic. That's just absolutely tragic. See that villager in the back just looks like they're having an anxiety attack. I don't know what's going on, but it can't be good. And then there's Tom Nook just kind of vibing. You know, you'd think somebody behind the sidelines here would be like, wow, these are some pretty brutal attacks we're watching, and why are you all doing this? But nope, they just kind of let it happen. Oh! Styling! Pichu here is not pulling any punches and is far more interested, it seems, in just letting Samus know who's boss. But with those risky maneuvers, there's no doubt in my mind Samus is still in this match. The real question is if they can counter what's going on here fast enough. That's quite the grab. Anyone ever wonder how Pichu has the upper body strength to grab literally anyone? That was just overkill. That was just overkill. Come on, Pichu. What was that all about? You didn't need to do that. That was disrespectful. Jeez. Oh, what a match, folks. That was... I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know what to do with that information. Goodness. Well, Pichu takes the W for that one, folks. That, NPC put up a good fight, but Pichu was prepared. Yeah, you know what, Tux? That seems like an appropriate way to summarize it. Alright, so while we're waiting for the next match to begin, let's go back into question and answer mode. Hit me up with whatever you got, folks. Sorry y'all had to hear that. I was up earlier than I expected to be, and up much later than I expected to be too, so my original plan was to be probably in bed a lot later than I was, but I don't know why I'm telling you all this. It's probably completely irrelevant. Landon, I can see you hopping in. I'm guessing Oskull might be hopping in as well. Thank you, by the way, Oskull, for the subscribe. And for the 4 people who've liked this video, thank you. For the other 13 of you, what are you doing? I kid. Remember what I said? Having fun. I do want to know, though, if you guys are curious... Oh. Strike that. You'll be fine, Landon. You're playing as Kirby. Everybody loves Kirby. And we got Byleth, the latest newcomer in Smash. AKA, everybody got real salty. Alright, you're both doing your dances. Kudos for you on that. Woo! Kirby is comboing. Oh! So is Landon, though. Or so is Oskull, though. Huh. So we've got Kirby, who of course has excellent vertical hang time, but not the best horizontal movement. And then we've got Oskull's Byleth here, who is primarily known for a changed up moveset, but not as much of the mobility thing. So I'd say that Kirby probably has better mobility. Whether or not Kirby will try to use that copy ability that he's so well known for, I have yet to determine. But I will say this, he's given old Byleth as good as he sends. Hey, Oatism. Thanks for hopping in, and also, thanks, Beta. I'm glad you enjoy my commentary. To answer your question real quick, Tux, let me get back to you on that because I just witnessed a murder. That was tragic, folks. I was not expecting that. Kirby seemed to have everything going for them, and then that. Now they have to catch up a stock, which they can still do. Byleth does not have the best situation right now, but if they don't land that next stock pretty quick, it's going to be a problem. And Byleth seems to have the ability to take a serious beating. Like a serious beating. The last game I played prior to this was actually Animal Crossing. No, it was Smash. So, I don't know. It depends if I'm a spirit or a player. If I'm a spirit, then probably I'm in bad shape. If I'm not, then it's not so bad. Alright guys, it's back to another 2-stock game, but we've got a lot more combos coming off of Oskull and Byleth here than we do off of Kirby and Landon. Kirby's got to figure out how to counter this incredibly diverse moveset Byleth brings to the table, because Byleth compensates for being slow by being able to throw out a lot of different things at once. Kirby's gonna have to go for it. We're all a little sad to see somebody so cute get wrecked by somebody like this. I mean, Kirby, he's Kirby. Kirby, the destroyer of worlds. You know, you don't want to see Kirby get hosed. But at the same time, this is Smash Brothers and nobody's safe. Ouch. Well, Landon, I'm sorry, man. Oskull, that was solid. I will give you some solid kudos for that. That was a good performance, and you should be proud of that battle. Sure, Green Toad. Let's throw in Oatism. Oatism, you've been selected as a last-minute joinee, it appears. Since you've asked about it and you want to know the ID and we're doing an online tournament and we needed another person, you have perfect timing. So go ahead and Green Toad will reach out to you on that. Hey, Beef99. Hope you're having a good time over there in Florida. You and I are on polar opposite sides right now, so say hello to the Atlantic Ocean for me. Hopefully Green Toad got my feedback and Oatism and you guys are both conversing now. So now we've got two Byleths, and Oskel and Landon are the ones bringing them out. So it's our second fight here. The real question now then is if Landon can be a better Byleth than Oskel, who already showed themselves to be a fairly competent Byleth. I will say right now that the first hits have come from Oskel, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, oop, we got some serious lag there. Hang on. Alright, recovering. Green Toad, it's Oatism. Bring Oatism in. Thank you. You know, I just realized I don't know any of the Persona music either, so like I'm hearing words and I'm like, what is going on here? Oof. Landon is trying to counteract some of that stuff from earlier, and I will give kudos for that because I would like to see some good Byleth battling. It seems that Oskel really knows their moveset and isn't afraid to use it. Ooh. That being said, Landon is a little bit over this whole letting Oskel control the field deal. They're both at 90-ish%, but if Landon can just land one solid hit, it may be enough to... There we go! I love it when I'm right. But now Landon has to keep up that lead. Well, not the lead, but they have to keep that even match. If they get hit with one solid hit, it's going to be back to another 1-1, and that's going to be a tight spot for either of them to be in. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are getting calibrated over there while I keep us all busy. Ooh! Landon! I'm sorry. That was tough. I hate to see that happen. I don't know who any of these characters in the background are. Like, that's how much I know about Persona right there. Oskel is getting as good as they're sent because Landon here is going for their second wind, but it's a tight spot to be in. Ooh! Look at that! Broke that shield and destroyed that move. That was a good solid hit. The real question is, will it be enough to give Landon that cut they need? Sorry for the lag there, folks. Oh! Ouch. Ouch! Big ouch. Big oof.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Well, in the battle of Byleth versus Byleth, Byleth wins. If Fire Emblem never got imported to the US, my imagination says, Tux, that we would probably have more Mario characters and maybe a few more Pokemon. That's my guess. And I've never played Smash Brothers, so I can't really, like, comment on the series either way. Excuse me, I have to cough. I'll be right back, folks. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water. I'll be right with y'all. Okay, and we're back. Let's open up another question and answer time while we're waiting for the next round. No, actually what I have is asthma. And it makes it so that every once in a while, if I get too excited, I have to go and clear out the old, brachial passageways, so to speak. I don't feel too bad, Manuel. That was, we've seen some really good matches today so far. Like, we're only an hour in, and I'm excited to see what else comes up. Emo-chan! Must be one of our next competitors. You did a good job, Oskull. Hey, you all think you're nervous? How do you think I feel? You all have to watch me and listen to me at the same time. And I'm not good at Smash Brothers at all. In fact, frankly, I expect to have my goose handed to me. Yeah, okay, Tux. Sure, add a question mark later. That fixes everything. Uh-huh, right. We've got 11 viewers here now. Well, I think we've peaked at 13, so I think sometimes folks are bouncing in and out, which is totally cool. Probably so you can play, and to be honest, I wouldn't be trying to play with this thing going on, because first of all, there's, you know, a little bit of a drop behind, but also there's just the whole trying to time yourself 20 seconds. Because I tend to be about 20 seconds behind the action, stream-wise, which, you know, isn't too bad, but that's just the nature of OBS. Well, Landon, for what it's worth, I thought you did alright. Wow. Okay, sorry guys, I just got, like, caught up on a bunch of questions. So Tux, to be honest, I haven't really drank bubble tea, so I don't have much of an opinion on it. Manual, I do not watch anime. The only anime I really watched was the Pokemon anime for a while, and I stopped at Season 8, and I haven't ever really got caught up since. So aside from that, not really. But I have watched Sonic Boom, so I know that's not an anime, it's just a video game show, and you should definitely watch it. It's fun. It's really stupid, which is great. And to answer your other question, no, as a result, I have not watched Konosuba, which I probably just butchered the pronunciation of. Alright, hit me up with more questions. Now I'm curious. I want to know what else you guys got for me. Oh, here we go. Here's a question for you. True or false? Do I have a original pre-order sheet from Splatoon? The first one, not the second one. And I know that's such an oddly specific question that the answer must be true, but I'm gonna guess that some of you are gonna say false anyway, just because it sounds so outlandish. You know, Landon, for what it's worth, I don't think anybody here should feel bad for the performance they're giving today. Like, I know as a commentator, I have to call out weird things, and when people make mistakes, I gotta say something, but as somebody who's expecting to make plenty of mistakes later on, I don't think anybody here is taking it seriously enough to feel like they should be feeling bad. You'll be fine, Beta. So we've got Emo-chan and Opposition. You know, it's a good thing we all picked our characters in advance, because if we hadn't, and you guys were watching the stream and knew who I was going to pick, you might be like, oh, well, I'll pick somebody who can't. I'm kidding, I know you wouldn't do that. I kid. Yeah, I've never seen Konosuba. A family member of mine used to be a fan of Agretsuko, but I'm not sure that technically counts as anime because it's just so artistically, stylistically different. I mean, it is literally just, you know, kind of the Hello Kitty thing. Alright, we got Cloud versus the Pokemon Trainer. I'm seeing a lot of the same characters today, folks. I've seen Cloud several times. Ooh. We got more lag than usual for this one. This stings a little bit. Oof. But it seems like we're recovering okay. A game like Smash is really not easy to battle through when you've got input lag, so if... Ouch! Ivysaur just styled on Cloud hard, but we're looking at some serious input lag, the worst we've seen so far. And yes, to answer your question, Landon, the chat is delayed for me. Because of the fact that my stream is about 25 seconds behind, there is about a 30-second gap between when I say something, when you folks respond to it, and when I can say something back. Folks, Squirtle is probably, of the team members, the one with the most mobility, but the least overall strength. I don't see him brought out too often, except to help taunt other characters, but we got Ivysaur here with his crummy air game, but impressive ground game, versus the Sword Dude. Cloud here seems to be real popular. Now, I'll just tell you all right now, I've played like zero Final Fantasy. In fact, honestly, there's a lot of games I haven't played. I tend to be more of a first-party Nintendo and then indie title kind of a guy. And so, and even not that many indie titles. Like, honestly, my gameography... Whoa! Can we have that back in slow motion, folks? Because that was gorgeous. I don't even care that they both got a stock out. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so if it takes me a moment to respond to anything you guys say, it's not because I'm not paying attention. I promise. Honestly, your guys' reactions are what makes this sort of thing so much fun for me, which is why I enjoy streaming in the first place. It's less canned than video editing. Ooh, that limit break was totally just lost. And Squirtle here is just... Oh! A stylistic finish, if ever there was one. Ivysaur carrying the brunt of that battle. That was a good match. That was a solid match. Autism, I think you and I are on the same boat there. So I wouldn't feel too worried about that. It's kind of funny. I'm watching all you people play, and you're all like, "Oh, I'm so bad at Smash Brothers." And then there's me, and I'm over here like the first Smash Brothers game I've seriously played. And by seriously, I mean I've tried the others, but this is the one I've actually bought. And I just, I make the same mistakes all the time, and I'm just, y'all are gonna be like, you know what, we don't stink, Jeloetta does. And I won't even be able to contradict you. Alright, Kirishima, Greenleaf, good for you. No, Hugh, oh boy. Could not begin the battle. Rude. So yeah, anybody who just joined in recently and has no idea what's going on, feel free to hit me up and let me know. Alright, well, it was inevitable, folks. We've got the Sword Anime Boy, now we have Palutena. And Palutina's one of those characters where I'm like, I can't tell if I think she's gimmicky or not, because she pulls off some interesting long-distance moves, but then she's also decent up close. Like, I've never been really sure what to do about Palutena, because she can do some good chains and good combos, and as you can tell right here, she's making it very hard for Cloud to even stay on the ground. Ooh, that looked like it stung. Trying to shoot for that downward sword throw. Oh! I like the arena music because it's catchy. I like Kirby tunes in general. Kirby games have some good music. It's overall just a series of bops. Woo! We're dealing with some pretty serious input lag here, folks. I'm a little worried about this match going KO on us. As for this arena, this song is my childhood. Y'all should probably know something. I grew up on the Nintendo 64, which means a large chunk of my childhood memories come from N64 games. And the only reason I don't play more N64 games on streams and stuff is largely because at this point, most of them have already been played by people, and there wouldn't be like much for me to bring to the table that would feel new. But last week, no, 2 weeks ago, we did a stream. Tux was there, and as I recall, it was a good time. Ooh! But anyway, the stream was Mario Party 2, and we had the AI battle itself out. Opposition, I gotta give you credit. Not only did you recover from that last one with grace, but you made Cloud's victory into a non-victory, basically. Emo-chan here is giving everything they got, but Palutena is not letting up. Do y'all like how I just constantly switch between the names of the characters, the names of their players? I can't make up my mind. It is good music, Fluff. I have not seen Palutena's revolting dinner, no. But I can tell you what happened just now. She's having victory for lunch. Or for those of you who are on the other side of the planet for dinner.
Too bad for you.
Whew. She took that one for a loop. Sorry there, Cloud, but, you got a pretty hard hit there. Has anyone else noticed that her skirt is clipping through, like, all the little things she's wearing on it? Like, they didn't code that collision very well. Opposition is gone. Emo-chan. Whew. My goodness, there was a lot to unpack there. Whoop, there's the sleep mode again. So, we got 14 viewers here and 7 likes. Woo! Thanks for the 7 likes, folks. I hope y'all are having a good time. I know I am. This is the kind of thing I enjoy doing. Like, somebody's earlier said that I could be a commentator, and I think that would be fun. Like, if anybody ever wants to hire me for that, if there's some person here who's watching this and is thinking, man, I could really use a commentator for something, like, hit me up. I work cheap. Oh, it's my turn? I'm up? I'm being told it's my turn. Okay, well, I guess I'll hop in. I stepped into the ring. Hey, Autism, good to see you here. Okay. Well, and to answer your question, where I am right now, it's 113. Oh, gee. I'm up against Game & Watch. Game & Watch is a gimmicky character. Just gimmicky as all heck. Alright, folks, I'm probably going to comment less and scream more, so if my voice suddenly goes, ah! Just, you know, keep that in mind.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, serious lag. This lag could be a serious problem. Oof. Yikes. Enough with the bombs, Game & Watch. Okay. I'm dealing with some serious lag here. This could be a real problem. How come I'm having more lag playing than I was watching? That doesn't seem fair. Ah! As you can tell, I'm really aggressive. That's a joke, by the way. Oh, well. Ah, I got right under that. I should have known better. Oop. There we go. Alright. So far, I'm good. So far. I'm not gonna count Autism out, though. Like, first of all, y'all probably noticed this, but I'm fairly predictable. So, that's a problem for me off the bat. But there's also the fact that this is a 3-stock match, and it took me forever just to get the first one out. So, I'm not gonna play this like I have anything resembling a guaranteed victory. All I have going for me right now is that I like Yoshi. Like, that's pretty much it. Whew. Game & Watch's hitbox confuses me no end. Just gonna say it. Also, I'm the kind of person who normally plays with items, so this is a little different too. Autism? I was gonna say, what are you doing there? Alright. That's the stock. I just gotta keep hanging in there. Whew. See, one of the things that's important in a game like this is that you really never want to assume anything about your opponent. Like, Autism right here, for all I know, has a secret trick up their sleeve, and to assume anything other than that, I'm just lucking out, would be like the height of arrogance. Whoop. So, I just... Whoop. Okay, that was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. Oops. This stinks. Oh. Get out of that grab. Yoshi. Yoshi. Oh, alright, well, I definitely didn't 3-stock. Whew. Alright. That's a match. Okay, well, guys, I managed to stick it out for that first one. I don't know if I can do it twice, but I'll try. Whew. Yeah, no, it was no 3-stock. You did have me on the ropes there. Good stuff there, Autism. Thank you for a good fight. Looks like it's waiting for me to hop back in here. Alright, well. I told myself I would bring a second player into the mix. I'm not nearly as good with him, but I'm going to give him a try anyway. Because it's best 2 out of 3, so if I blow this, I have another chance to come back. It's Game & Watch again, so... I'll say right now, the biggest liability I think Sonic has is the fact that he moves so fast. Like, sometimes it's just freaking overkill. Oop, pardon my French. Thanks, Tux. I appreciate it. Come on, nobody wants to give me kudos? I thought I did okay. Hey, where'd Autism go? Yeah, Autism, you're right. Game & Watch is a good character, but they got some janky hitboxes. I can share friend codes later, but I can't do it right this second. Autism, I think it's I'm pretty sure it's a best 2 out of 3 match, so you and I gotta go again. Well, that's good to know, Will. I'll be sure to bring him out if you and I rematch. Or if you and I match up. Michael, I appreciate the thought, but right now, we are not accepting any new players. The bracket is being handled by my friend Green, and as a result, they're doing all of the logistical stuff. I don't have any control. I'm just actually spectating and participating. I just won my last match. Now I'm trying my best to win another one, but I've got old janky Sonic here, so I'm not nearly as confident as I might have been with Yoshi. Woo! Oof. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Ouch. One of the things I don't get about Sonic is what is it with all the spin dashes? You know what I'm saying? Ah, boy. See, now I'm getting schooled, so clearly I'm not nearly as competent with Sonic. Oh, man. Ah! Why can't I ever escape that? You'd think I would know how to mash out of those by now. Alright. Ooh! I'm down. Okay, okay. Well, I'm not completely out. I gotta try again. Ah! That hurts. I'm not letting you use Judge on me. Oop. Yeah, okay. That was lag for the record, if anybody's curious why I just suddenly flew right off the cliff. Man, I can't seem to land a serious hit. Ugh! I can't land a serious hit as old Hedgehog here. Just like in the real games. Just like in the real world. Can't land a serious hit. Oh, come on. I walked right into that. I should target attack more. Well, maybe. At this point, I would just like to not be 3-stocked. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I should have known that wouldn't happen. Ah, get out of here! Why can't I get out of these? Ah! Footstool him. Oh. Yeah, you come down here. Okay, fine. Whew! Look at this. I can't land a serious hit. Like, I just seem to be unable to do that. It's kind of tragic, honestly. Like, nothing I do is doing anything. Even if I do land a hit, it doesn't do... There we go. Alright, well, I won't be 3-stocked. I'll at least get to keep some of my pride. Whew. Not much of it, but some. I don't know what I was thinking bringing Sonic into this. Like, I'm not even that good with Sonic, so... That was really not my best move. Ah! Dang it! Nope! Ah! Ah! Well, that was tragic. Kudos to you, Oatism. That was solid. That was oof. Okay, well, I'm definitely done using old Sonic here. I don't think I can handle that. Thank you for that, Tux. Just woo! Alright, yeah. We're done with Sonic. He gave a good college try, but it wasn't exactly a work of art. So let's just hop back in here with the right character. I was gonna say, I know that there's a lot of RNG involved in the way his moves work. Oh, Wario! Ugh. Well, folks, I may be eliminated from this tournament right here and now. So, Wario apparently was originally supposed to be German, which I think is part of why there's the whole shoes thing. I'm gonna go silent for a moment because I'm trying to deal with the amount of lag. Yeah, you come over here. Ugh. Oh, come on. The game lagged right as you pulled that off. That's my excuse for letting that happen, by the way. Gotcha. Whew. I will say right now, I tend to be a lot more afraid of Wario than I am of Game & Watch. Wario is less gimmicky. He has excellent recovery, an impressive air game for a fat guy. Like, just overall, Wario's kind of nuts. I figured one taunt couldn't hurt. Whoop! You know, hitting people with a motorcycle really does feel like cheating. Ah! Gotcha! Alright. That was good stuff. Good stuff, Oatism. Thanks for a good match. I enjoyed that a lot. Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of the ring and get back into the spectator mode because now we gotta begin the next match. So, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not expect that to go the way it did, so I'm actually pretty pleased with myself. And Oatism, I just want to thank you for an excellent match. That was a great game. I am honored to have had the opportunity to play against you, especially after seeing some of the great stuff you do in Mario Maker 2, this was a great match. I haven't played Wario pretty much at all. Like, I just don't use him. He's one of those characters with enough things going on that it confuses me. Will, I think you mentioned that earlier, that Yoshi is just not somebody you like going up against, but I do like Yoshi, partially because of that. Not literally because of you, but you know what I mean. Oh, autism! Your connection! No! Well, thank you for sticking around. We really appreciate having you here. Okay, guys, status report. So, Green, do you think you could share the current standings now that we've gone through the first few rounds? I imagine we've got some new matchups we've got to make. There's a... I'm sorry, I can't say that name. I just can't. I can't do it. Tux, this is the part where you insert some comment about the characters joining, because I just can't. Oh, you mean a bronze trophy, so to speak? Yeah, that's a good point, Manuel. Maybe that could happen. Me, I'm in no serious rush. Like, I'm enjoying this, and I'm enjoying your guys' battles. It's fun to watch other people and see their various strategies and everything. Yeah, look at that. We got 10 viewers and 10 likes. It's unanimous. Woohoo! Oh, okay, so, let's open up another questions and answer session, folks. Hit me up. Okay, well now we have 12 viewers and 10 likes, so, oh well. Ooh, 13, look at that. We're growing by leaps and bounds. Let's see here. So we got Green doing the setup. We've got... Oh, hey, Wadoop, are you still there? If you're still there, shout it out. For those of you who joined the stream midway, we've had some folks here who I know, and I just want to shout them out because they do some cool stuff. We've got Tux, who's a great artist and a lot of fun to talk to for me, and has given me some great ideas, including on videos. We've got Green, who organized this whole tournament and is the reason we're streaming this today. I'm doing the stream from my end, and he is hosting, and I just want to thank him for that. We got Wadoop, who joined in earlier for some Smash action. Wadoop actually creates the music that I use in several of my videos. If you go to the end stinger, anytime I start telling you all how much I appreciate you sticking around, Wadoop's music is playing, and I highly recommend them as a remixer. They are criminally underrated. There's nothing happening in chat right now, so, like, I'm beginning to wonder if I've disconnected and don't know it yet. Emo Player, hey there, good to see ya. Thanks, Green. Thank you very much. Well, Emo Player, it's good to hear from you. I was just talking to everybody about some of the folks I wanted to shout out who helped make this a possibility today. And Autism, you guys just saw me battling. They create troll levels in Mario Maker, and they're very, very good at it. They've been featured by such well-known creators as DGR, and I think Smashy, both of whom inspired me quite a bit, and who I eventually hope to one day be associated more directly with. In my own way, of course. I do a little bit differently. They're mostly focused on Mario Maker, which is great, whereas I do Mario Maker one day a week. Although I am thinking of doing a Mario Maker stream eventually. That's a good question. That's a good question, Autism. I'll be honest with you, I'm actually terrible at facing off against the AI, so the fact that you can beat level 9 CPUs, you know what I think it is? I think it's that the CPUs become predictable. Eventually they begin to form patterns that you expect, whereas other people, you kind of have to get a feel for what they're going to do and assume certain things, and if you make the wrong assumptions, then it can be kind of a challenge to deal with it. And to answer your question there, Emo Player, that's okay. We're actually just finishing up the first bracket, and we're starting the second bracket now. So, we're going to be in observation mode. I'm going to be in observation mode for quite a while, probably. So don't worry, there's no immediate rush. I'm going to grab another drink of water, folks. I will be back in a minute or two. Leave me some questions, comments. If you're any of the people I shouted out earlier and you're still here, just let me know. Mostly so I can, you know, say, hey, y'all rock. Not that I haven't already said that, because you do, but you know what I mean. I'll be back momentarily. Okay, and we're back. And Jeloetta made a comment about how expecting patterns is their thing. And you know what? I think as a troll creator, I can easily believe that. That's probably a large part of what you all do when you're creating troll levels. And so, you know, one of the fun things about watching other people play troll levels, in my experience, is that sometimes you'll see people do things and you're like, that's ridiculous, why are you doing that? Stop doing that. And then, of course, as somebody who started making troll videos himself, I can see why they're making those mistakes now, because I make even more obvious ones, if that's possible. So I will never be allowed to judge another player ever again. Literally, ever. Yeah, about that, I tried advertising a little while back, just for a little while, mostly because I was curious if people would, like, actually watch my videos, and if they would stick around. I learned that I got a reasonably high view count on the videos that I, you know, promoted. The problem was, a lot of those people didn't actually stick around, for subscription. There are some who did, and I'm glad they did, but I just don't have the budget, really, right now to promote myself like that. So if I'm gonna grow, it's gonna have to be some other way. Besides, I'm not a huge fan of advertising anyway. Like, if I'm sponsored by something, I guess that's cool, but even then, it's like, you don't want to be that person where it's like, hi, here's 7 minutes of video, and the first 4 are going to be an advertisement for something. Like, that would make me nuts when I saw other people do it, so I'm, like, refusing to go down that road. Well, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm glad it was an ad worth clicking on. You don't see too many of those these days. Alright, folks, it's our next match. Corrin makes their return alongside Pichu, although Pichu is wearing flowers now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well then. I'll say right now, Pichu seems to be playing that hitbox to his advantage, but any hit he takes from Corrin definitely stings, so he's got to play a good round of dodgeball. Ooh. Look at this, folks. We're seeing a relatively even match, but the electric bounce does seem to be giving as good as he says. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Whew. Oh. Playing that air game. Waiting on that smash, don't blame them. Okay, for anybody wondering, I just got seriously distracted. Sorry about that. We're good. Pichu here has a pretty high percentage, but they're definitely giving No a run for their money. In fact, right now, it looks like Pichu is definitely having the time on the battlefield. They're doing a lot of the dominating here. Corrin, if you don't get a solid hit on this mouse, your game is set. Well, folks, that was a 3-stock. Pichu just roasted Corrin. There's really no other word for it. Corrin, I gotta give you kudos for trying, but you're gonna have to come back with something a lot stronger to counteract this electric mouse. Earthbound is a good game, but I haven't really played it that much, and, you know, predicting reactions, autism is an important skill in video games, and even if it doesn't translate as well for you into Smash, I think it does translate well for you into other games, so... We're gonna go in for the next battle shortly. Alright, Pichu versus Ness. Alright, folks. The real question is, can Ness counter the craziness that Pichu brings to the table? The short answer is... so far, so bad. Ness has an interesting recovery that just makes life difficult in general. That's kind of my whole experience with it. So, like, if you don't know how to handle it, and I don't, then you're kind of in a tight spot. Ooh. Ness needs to land one solid hit on Pichu, or it's going to be a tight spot for them. It's going to be a tight thing, because right now, Pichu's just racking up the damage points. Just absolutely roasting poor Ness. Ooh! See, all I had to do was say that, and Ness got upset and just was like, you know what, I'll show you what a roasting looks like. So with 17 versus 95%, Pichu would appear to have the advantage, but it's no longer the automatic shutout that we saw Corrin just get shellacked with. I will say right now, Ness's use of the bat, it comes out quickly, but it doesn't hit for shield breaks as well as y'all might like. Or at least as well as I would like if I was playing as Ness. So there is that disadvantage there. But with the ability to spam PK Fire, and I mean just spam it, Ness does have the ability at least to cover the ground reasonably well. He's probably trying his best just to counteract Pichu's ridiculosity with the sheer number of combos that Pichu's capable of pulling off in a short period of time. But he's gonna have to make this stock. He's gonna have to make this stock count. He's gonna have to make this last stock really count. And if he doesn't find a way to end Pichu's stock and bring him back down to 1, then this match will end. And Pichu will be victorious for yet another match. I'll tell you right now, this doesn't look too good. Oof. Sorry, Ness. Just like your franchise, you got stomped. I'll give you credit, no. It was a good college try, and Ness definitely held his own better than Corrin. But Pichu was on fire. Just flat out on fire. Battle of the small boys. That's an excellent way to put it. We've had the battle of the plants. We've had the battle of the anime boys. We've had the battle of the anime boy and girl. We've had the battle of the giant cat. There's just so many different kinds of characters in Smash that you can just make all sorts of jokes about the lineup all day long. Alright, another question and answer session, folks, since we're waiting. Hit me up with your questions. I need to hear questions. Emo player, it's bold of you to say you could beat that Pichu, but if you can prove it, more power to you. I'm not sure I could beat it. I'm not going to assume I can beat anyone. I asked about questions and Will just said no. Nobody has questions. I'm just bopping to Kirby music on a Saturday afternoon, or for some of you a Saturday evening, waiting for the next matchup. It's kind of funny watching the chat right now. Y'all like, I could beat you. No, you couldn't. Yes, I could. No, I wouldn't. Well, I beat this guy. So what? I'm just over here like, wondering if anybody's going to ask me why. Well, or what, or when, or what. What's my birthstone? Oh, crumb. Well, I was born in August. Whatever August's birthstone is, I guess. Tux. I don't really know, what that is. I wish I knew. I'd have to look it up. I usually brush my teeth in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. So almost the 2 minutes that dentists recommend. Manual, to be honest, based on the matchup that you had with Samus, it's hard for me to make any prediction as to whether you could have won or not, only because there were so many different things moving between the two of your various strategies that comparing them would have been a challenge. I will say this, because you won the first battle, I do think Samus was definitely a stronger competitor for you. But whether or not that would have resulted in a victory every time, I cannot say with absolute certainty. I am not going to go to jail or directly to jail. I do intend to pass go and collect my $200. Thank you very much. Has anybody looked up the birthstone for August? I haven't gotten there yet. Seven cats is insane. I have 4, and that's more than enough. And 3 of them aren't even mine, they belong to somebody else. I don't know where you're going with this, Snore. Looks like there are 2 birthstones for August, but Peridot, I think, is the most popular of the 2, so I guess Peridot. I had to pay my life savings. Bold of you to assume I have those. Tux, I think my favorite board game... It's actually a card game, but I'm gonna have to say Uno. I really like Uno. It's quick, it's fast, it's easy to learn, hard to master. There's a little bit of luck, there's a little bit of skill, and it moves so fast that nobody gets bored. Tell you what, Snore, you pay me $200 so I can keep streaming. I kid. I don't even have a Patreon set up or anything like that, although I guess I could get one. Thank you, Tux. I appreciate the confirmation. I do appreciate that. Oop, sorry for that, guys. You probably all just heard a loud thump. That was me kicking the cable from my microphone. I'm gonna make a little tweak here. Well, if you're gonna be picky about it being a card game, and I just absolutely can't have any flex on that, then I think my favorite board game, honestly, would probably have to be, I'm gonna say Trivial Pursuit. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A every time. Never Popeyes. Never. I don't know that much Japanese. In fact, I know pretty much no Japanese. Tux knows some Japanese, I believe. Draw 4 card. Goodness gracious. Captain Falcon with Tard is back, and now we're up against Lucas. Or as I like to call him, Ness is faster now. What's interesting to me about Lucas, among other things, is that, of course, he makes his appearance in Smash Brothers, despite never having a localized appearance here in the US. I don't know much about his localization in other games, but I will say this right now. He is moving as fast as I might have thought he would. He's definitely giving a solid performance. Tart here is having a hard time countering. Now, Tart had a really strong start when they began this match, or when they began the previous set of matches. They completely cooked the goose on Cloud, but all the running back and forth right now doesn't seem to be helping them as much. It seems like mind over muscle really is working out in the best case for old Lucas here. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh. Goodness gracious, folks. Okay, now Ness is just styling for the fun of it. Gotta love these combos, though. Just hitting old Captain Falcon with everything. Including PK Freeze, which isn't even a particularly speedy move. Considering that ground speed is one of Captain's easiest advantages, I'm sort of surprised he's being hit with the slow ones. That was there just for that fun of it, I feel like. Lucas has got a pretty impressively high damage count right now. If Captain Falcon can land just one hit and keep him from coming back to the stage, then he'll be in pretty good shape, but it is going to be a tight squeeze with his own fairly high damage count. If Lucas can land another solid hit, it could be quite the time for old Cap here. Ooh! It's like I say things and then they happen. Maybe I should be a sports announcer, but like one of those makes prediction kinds. And you can see how many I can get right. All these weird jabs. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Lucas. You had that coming. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That was a. You've been performing solid, but just spamming jabs like that, yeah, that was gonna hit you in the head. Tart here is trying to make up for some lost ground, and I give him kudos for that because it has not been an easy match for old Captain here. Thanks, Beta. Good to have you on the subscription list. The more the merrier. Ooh, look at that. Oh! Lucas, you have done what Ness couldn't. You creamed Captain Falcon. I guess you really are the chosen one, huh? Captain, don't look so glum. You'll have another chance, I'm sure. Alright. Coming up next, a rematch between Tart and Whiffy. I'm just gonna say that. I know that's wrong. I don't care. Who will be up next, folks? That's the real question. Let's see here. There was something else. Oh, so for those of you who are interested, I tend to feature kind of whatever game I feel like on Wednesday. Monday is always Mario Maker, but Wednesday tends to be whatever. This next Wednesday is actually going to be a Smash vid, partially in spirit with this. There is some stuff happening that might make it so that the video comes out a little late. We'll see, but it will be Smash Brothers, and you will see what it is like when I train a Pichu. I've been training a Pichu amiibo, and I got him up to level 50, and I don't know how well that went. So, you know, maybe I'll see you all there for that. Ganondorf here has decided he does not want to play around with Lucas's psionic powers, and is instead using his evil magician powers to try and show this little kid who's boss. But Lucas is still not backing down, not because he can take more hits, but simply because he's just got the courage to keep on fighting. It's true, Tux. He really does. See you when you get back. I will say right now that even though that first stock is definitely down for Lucas, I believe he can make it up if he can just figure out how to counteract old Ganon for one stock. Like that. Lucas, I will give you kudos. That was an impressive recovery. You're back to 2-on-2, and I don't think this is going to be a shutout match. I think it's going to be a little bit on the more serious side. We're going to be seeing some tough stuff on both sides, and I give you both kudos for that. I like it when the match is balanced. These are fun to watch. They last a little longer for sure. Look at that. Ooh. 45 to 56%. Ooh, but now Ness. Now Lucas is having a time with it, though. Woo! Narrowly avoided getting hit in the face with a sword the size of his entire body. Now we just got Tart up here styling because they're feeling much more confident than they were playing earlier with Captain Falcon. So kudos for adjusting to that move speed. Whew. He might be able to stop him because of that recovery. Look at that. Tart, you gotta be ready to counteract like that. That's exactly what you needed to do. That was perfect. It's down to one stock apiece, folks. The real question is who can outlast this. We've got a lot of back and forthing going on. A lot of offstage matching. A lot of offstage styling. Oh, ooh, dang, that was tight. That scared me. I didn't need to see that. I mean, I did, but yikes. Lucas has much better airtime, but because Ganondorf can take more of a beating, there is kind of a challenge for old Lucas here. But he's going to shoot for that throwing, and he's going to try to freeze him. Oh, look at that. Lucas! Way to go. Well, I'll say it right now, Tart. That was an impressive match. You definitely held your own. I respect. Hearty respect, because that was a tight match. That could have gone either way. Tight match, either way. Well, that brings us into the next roundabout. So, I guess it's time for another question and answer session while we wait for the next set up. Oh, thanks for joining, Tux. See you on the flip-flop. Take care of yourself, alright? Wadoop, you remixed In the Pipe? Oh, I have to hear that. Okay, I want to hear that, like, after this stream is over. I want to hear that. And then I need to ask for your permission to use it in videos, because I love In the Pipe, and I'm actually thinking of doing a whole video about In the Pipe. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I have a reason. So, you and I need to talk after this about that, because I love that song, and I just know you would have nailed it, and oh my gosh, now I'm hyped. High-key hyped. Yes, please. I would love that, Wadoop. If you could fire that off to me at Discord, that would be amazing. My Discord is actually in the description of this stream, so you can just hit me up right there if you like. That would be fantastic. I would appreciate that so much. High-key hyped to hear that. Look at this, folks. We're looking at two people who like to throw out whips. We got Bulbasaur, Ivysaur with his Vine Whip, and Oskull with his Magic Whip, and ooh, that was a tight recovery. It was a good thing that Pichu managed to get as close to the edge there as he could, because that would have stung. Oh, I'm sorry, Tux. I hear got a blast, and I assume you got a split. Well, thanks for sticking around. Wadoop, give me a second here. I'm trying to multitask a little bit while also giving the competitors here the respect they deserve of providing a decent commentary. Oskull, that was an impressive cleanup. I will give you hard kudos for that. Pichu, you're hanging in there, man, but you got to land a solid hit, and soon, on Oskull if you want to really counter this match. Keep that guy from getting back on the plate is what you got to do. That's good. Ooh, but was that worth it? Oh, nice! Down B and up B. I will give you hard kudos for that maneuver. Pichu is pulling out the stats and the technique here. Thanks, Wadoop. Alright, there we go. Just monitoring some quick Discord stuff there. I got you added now, so thank you all for offering to hop in. Oskull and Pichu are really going at it, folks. This is the kind of match I like to see, where they feel evenly matched. They're both throwing out critical techniques, giving me enough reason to be surprised, so it doesn't sound like I'm just repeating myself all the time. Whew! I don't know what to say to this one, guys. This is going to be another even match. If Ivysaur can land a direct hit, yeah, like that. And that brings us 1-1, folks. This is going to be a close match. I just want to say right now, this is fun to watch. Like, this This is what we all came here for. This is what we hopped out of bed for and hooked up our computers for and are listening to our computers loudly complain about how much effort we're putting them through. Or maybe that's just me. But the point is, this is the kind of matchup you want to see. You got even strategies from both sides, people pulling out stuff that you didn't even know they had. This is what gets you excited about Smash Brothers. Oof. Pichu, way to stick that one out. That Pokemon trainer knows her stuff. I give you kudos. You know, I just now realized I've seen equal, I think, amounts of male Pokemon trainer and female Pokemon trainer, and I'm beginning to wonder if that's supposed to be a hint. Ah, ha, ha. Thank you for that. That was fantastic, Tux. Emo player, I don't know, and that's just it. I really don't know. If I knew, I would probably have more than I do now, but the ones I have, I'm happy for, and if I get more, that's great, but that's all I got. Nice work, Pichu. But, the question is, how will the next match go? Remember, it's always 2 out of 3, folks, so you never want to count anybody out. You never want to count anybody out.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, folks. We got Pichu over here camping. We got Oskull bopping back and forth. Here on a Pokemon Stadium. With a nifty little thing in the background where the camera gets caught on itself, and it's really weird to watch. And we got all these NPCs in the background, who aren't even really NPCs, they're just sprites. The real question is, can we show more life than those NPCs in the back? Can we be more excited as an audience? I know as a commentator, I'm already far more interesting than they are. Oh wait, is that me complimenting myself too much? Wadoop, I want to thank you so much for that. I cannot wait to take a look at that song. I will probably be including it very, very soon, so thank you so much for that. Guys, look at this. We're looking at a 3-stock battle. Both characters have high percentage. Anything could happen. Remember what I said earlier, that you should never count somebody out just because of the first battle? Well, there's just really no conceivable way to guarantee a particular outcome. You might be one of the best players ever, and then you get nailed with something you just weren't expecting. Or you might be having a stroke of luck, just one after another. There's just enough competition, there's just enough skill, there's just enough panic going on. But Oskull takes the first stock. Oskull takes the first stock, folks. And then Pichu returns right away. This is what evenly matched means. Ooh. Both of them coming at each other with everything they've got. And Pichu is just not able to recover. Some kind of off-screen disaster happened there, folks. I don't know what to do with that. The real question is, can Pichu hold it together long enough to take the next stock? Or will their own recoil make it impossible for them to recover? This is not a great spot for the little electric mouse to be in. And while, of course, I don't like calling any battle early, this is a bad spot to be. Oskull's just trying to hold their own, but landing a hit on Pichu is getting a little bit more challenging. It seems like Pichu's playing that air game as much as they can. Ooh! Alright, Pichu is coming in with that stock, so if they can just hold it on a little longer, then Corin here may have her goose cooked. But it's not going to be easy. Old Pichu here can only really take one direct hit before being completely wiped, whereas Oskull's Corin can take several, and not only that, but they have a much lower percentage to begin with. So it's not going to be the easiest spot to be in. Pichu has Rage, but it's not enough. Oskull, I gotta give you kudos. You made an excellent recovery. And that means it's one battle, one victory for both folks, which means this next one is going to determine who moves on and who stays behind. Kudos to everybody. Kudos to everybody. This is what Smash Brothers should be. Nice, even matches with some impressive skills on both sides displayed. That feels good. Alright, question and answer time. For the next, like, 12 seconds, however long it takes them to make their next, move. Will, I hate to break it to you, but Pichu can't always win. Much as we appreciate Pichu. But everybody wins, everybody loses. That's just the nature. The real question is how to win and lose with grace. And I think both Pichu and Oskull are demonstrating some excellent play and excellent sportsmanship. It's a lot of fun to watch. It says here we got 8 viewers. Not sure where some of you went, but hope to see you again. Oh, make that 7. Me and my big mouth, huh? And 8 again. Alright. I'm confused. I do enjoy jazz as a genre. Yes, I know that's a meme. But in all seriousness, I really do enjoy it. Ooh, there's some serious lag on that one. If this next match is decided by lag, I'm gonna cry. Because that's just the worst way for Smash to go. Look at this. Look at this. But yes, I do enjoy jazz as a genre. I especially like it more when it's instrumental. Whew, look at this. Look at this, folks. We're just watching a Pokemon trainer send out her giant flower lizard against a lady with a sword. Oskull, you gotta bring out that second wind that you've demonstrated so many times before and really show us what it means to be Oskull. Pichu, you're doing a good job. You're handling this, you're styling this. You're pulling off those up smashes. Lots and lots of seed bombs here. Right now what Oskull has going for him is that rage factor. A high damage counter, which makes it that much easier to hold it together. But unfortunately for them, the first stock goes to Pichu. I have seen the B movie. It has been years. I try not to think about it organically, except when people bring it up. Because it's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Like, I've seen some weird movies. I studied film in college. I make movies. Well, I short films and obviously videos. And eventually movies. Right now I haven't got anybody to hire me for that, but, you know, it'll happen. If anybody knows connections to the movie sphere and want to connect me to them, that'd be great. Oskull, I don't know what to say. I'm feeling pretty rough about this one. I would like it if you just didn't get 3 stocked at least, because you've been putting up such a good fight, and you've definitely earned a solid finish. Like, this is just such a good thing to be watching. And, you know, the hardest thing about a commentation role is I have to be objective. So it's hard because I gotta cheer for both of you, and I want to cheer for both of you because I feel like you both deserve it. But I like even matches the most, and I feel like Oskull here really deserves, there we go, really deserves just a solid rematch. And you know, it's not over yet. Every time I think I call it, I end up being wrong. I mean, a few times I've been right, but it's never wise for me to just assume that the match is over. That being said, Corn's gonna have an interesting time just recovering. Oh, come on! Pichu TK, that was unnecessary. My favorite starter Pokemon is probably Fennekin. Thank you for asking. But it's probably Fennekin. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen.
Pokemon trainer.
Huh. Well, guys, I don't know, but I might have just gotten kicked out. Because I don't particularly enjoy sleep, Tux, I think I would actually prefer to never have to sleep, but not really have much of an appetite. Okay, well, it looks like I didn't get kicked out. That's great. So yeah, if I had to pick, I would definitely go for the one that involves no sleep and less eating. Because if I don't have an appetite, I mean, at least I can still get something down once in a while, just for fun. You know, I mean, it's better than having to sleep 14 hours a day. Well, Oskull and Pichu TK, you both put in some good efforts, and I enjoyed that battle. So here's another fun factoid for all you folks. The Nintendo 64 has, as you all know, a pretty janky controller. And by janky, I mean, why did we make it like this? Apparently, it was largely inspired by the fact that Super Mario 64 was the launch title, and so they wanted something that would be able to play it well. Now, in some ways, I would argue that the Nintendo 64 controller really doesn't age that well. It's got a hard plasticky center with an incredibly delicate joystick that is just far too easy to break. But all the same, as a controller, it was innovative in its own right, and I would argue that it deserves a place in history for that reason. But it was largely designed with the idea of being able to control Super Mario 64, which is why the joystick's in the middle and all that good jazz. So if y'all ever want to know how much software can impact hardware design, just keep that in mind. I would rather have, if I had the option, I would rather have, ooh, that's a good question, Tox. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But it looks like I'm up, so I'm gonna get in here with opposition and give it my best try. Tux, I think if I had to choose, I would probably go with telekinesis. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, I'm up against the plumber. The man of the hour, Super Mario. I love Mario. I don't have any confidence about this battle, so this should be interesting. Woo! Okay. Yikes. Okay, that's better. That's not so good. Yoshi. Ouch. I've been stalked out, guys. Oh, that's embarrassingly bad. That was really bad. Yeah. You're doing a great job, opposition. Like, I can't even be salt. Okay, that was rude. You didn't need to do that. I know you already got this one in the bag, but you don't need to be rude about it. Oh, come on! What? What even? Really? Just to make it a fair fight, huh? I'm not salty, but that was quite the thing you did just now. Yeah. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna win, but if I do because you self-destructed twice, I'm not gonna feel bad. Alright. Oh, he's gonna throw me. Mario's throw is a pretty good one, so that could be a problem. Ah! Oh well. Whew. All right. Well, it was a good solid match. No salt there, but I did learn a few things, or at least I hope I did. That felt tragic. Let's do it again. Just a quick page refresh there. Phew. Guys, this might be it. This might be the end of my run. I mean, obviously I'll keep talking, but Oh, Zelda. Interesting. I haven't actually battled against Zelda in a while, so... Here we go again. 34 different residents in Smashville. Interesting. I'm not sure why it feels obligated to tell me that, but thanks for the heads up. Oh, I don't want to be anywhere near that. Whew. Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna keep doing that, that's just rude. Yeah, no. No, thank you. Oh, okay. Why did I walk into that? That was so dumb of me. Ah. I think I'm a little bit too predictable. Just a little bit. Okay. Whew. There we go. I gotta be honest, I'm not feeling too hot about my ability to counter any of this stuff. Especially with all the camping going on. That down air, it's impressive. By the way, I'm not talking as much, not because I'm salty, but because I'm really just trying to hang in there. And as y'all can tell, I'm not doing such a great job of that, so... Yikes. Well, I guess that's it for me. Oh, come on, you're gonna do it again? That's just rude. I get it. I'm not anywhere near the level that you are, but you don't have to kill yourself just to show that you can one-stock me. Like, that's just overkill. I really should stop doing that, though. Oh, that's another grab. Does anybody know what that was? Because I don't. I don't know what to do with that information. Well, Huh. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm not feeling overwhelmingly confident for obvious reasons. I've already been pretty much outstyled. So I think I'm gonna have to play a different kind of game, and I don't know if I have it in me. Oh, that was a terrible start. What was I doing? I completely messed up that jump. Oy vey. Yeesh. Well, at least if I die, it's with honor, right? Or something. Ah! Oy, 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 oy. Oy. I wish I could offer something a little more intelligent to say, but I'm just really not doing too hot at all, so I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's okay. I really didn't expect to be the winner by any stretch of the imagination, but it is, I suppose, a bit humbling to be so entirely outclassed. Ah! Okay, well, I see opposition doesn't feel like pulling off the same kill myself 3 times trick just to show you I can. So, I guess I at least have that. Ah! Freaking frames. Ah! I think I've been technically 3-stocked each time now, so that's kind of a bummer. Ah. Well, oh well. Well, that's how far I'm getting in the tournament. Oh well. Oh, I need to get out of the ring. Back to spectation mode. Just doing some calibration here. Some of you might be going, what do you have to calibrate? You've lost. Good point. Mostly I'm just trying to juggle other messages. I've got a few people asking me questions, which is fine. But I'm just trying to handle those. Thanks, Will. Yeah, no, Yoshi was not prepared. Hopefully I learned a little something, but we'll see. All right. We've got Pichu. Pichu's back against... excuse me. Against Lucas here, so let's see how this goes. Right off the bat, we got Pichu showing a very strong performance. Ooh! But that was a pretty solid counter from Lucas. It's weird to say Pichu when Pichu is Ganondorf and has not, in fact, to my knowledge, been playing much as Pichu. Pichu's styling. Lucas here is just trying to counter, but it's not going very well. All that stage trouble. Here in good old Final Destination, which I've never fully understood the name of, especially because there's a lot of other stages that come after Final Destination in the lineup. Oop, he's trying to keep old Ganon from returning to the stage, playing that air game. Playing that air game. Y'all may notice I appear to be a little more competent in actually talking about what's going on than actually, doing anything myself. I don't play D&D, but I sometimes wish I would. I don't know. I hear a lot about the Bard class, and sometimes I feel like I'd be that guy, because I'm kind of the person who shows up to the situation, and it's not like I'm immediately contributing anything. I just happen to be there. And as a result, I somehow fix things by throwing a guitar at them. I also think it'd be kind of fun to be a wizard, though. Maybe not a wizard who takes giant swords and beats children up with them like that, but, you get the idea. I appreciate the request, TKO, but the matchup is actually maybe more than halfway done. So there aren't any open entries right now. By the way, folks, I'm seeing the frame rate a little bit janky on my stream, so if anybody is seeing a janky frame rate, could you please let me know? Okay, but Penultimate Locale is so much better. I would like that so much more than Final Destination, I'm just going to say it. Alright, they're going to do it again, folks. Pichu pretty much dominated that last match, so the real question is, can Lucas turn it around? Thanks, Tux. And I do appreciate your understanding, TKO. Green is doing the calibration for this tournament and has set up all of it. I'm actually announcing and spectating. I was playing, but if you just joined, you might have missed the fact that I just got my tail feathers pretty much plucked, and so I'm, I'm in this spot now. But that's okay, because I'm really enjoying watching more than I was enjoying playing anyway. This is one of those things that lends itself to open commentary. Now, I'll say this right now. Lucas was trying really hard to come back from a pretty big defeat in the last match, but it seems like Ganon is so glued to the stage that getting him off of it is really proving to be a real challenge. Then again, maybe I spoke too soon. The question is, will this make Pichu start getting hasty? Ganon hits hard, but he doesn't hit fast. Well, maybe that didn't matter, at least this time. Well, this is, there's a lot to unpack here. Like, the fact that Ganon is beating up a little kid doesn't seem too out of character, but the fact that the little kid is coming at him with his own psychic powers and all that, I mean, where else are you going to see that, right? That's just a Smash Brothers deal. Woo! Ooh. It's gonna be a tight one here, folks. But Lucas did an excellent recovery and gave Ganon a little something to think about on the way down. So that's good. That's solid. Ooh. Trying to counter again and again and again, and Ganon is off the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a much more even match than last time. If Lucas can just hold it together, they may be able to take Pichu to church. Which, would probably be a good thing, although I don't know how well Ganondorf would handle something like that. Oh! Well, Lucas, you gave it a good old college try, and I gotta give you kudos for that, but the end of the day goes to Ganondorf, and Pichu takes another W, as the bracket continues to narrow. Cast your votes now, folks. No, don't really cast your votes. We don't need to do that. But what we do need to find out is what... Oh, Tux just asked me my favorite music genre. I'm going to say electronic. I'm a big fan of stuff like Owl City. I very much enjoy Smash Brothers soundtracks, video game soundtracks in general. Wadoop, obviously, who just sent me a track because they're fantastic. I enjoy watching their stuff immensely. So it's all good. But I think electronic stuff tends to fall most tightly into the patterns I like most. I just got told that there was no game audio. Is that still a problem? Oh, geesh. Hang on a sec, guys. I just found out I had no game audio. That's a little awkward. I'm not sure why it's doing that. This may take me a second to fix, so please excuse me. Well, it seems to be fixed now, but gosh, that's embarrassing. If I had to choose between movie stars, sports stars, or musicians, I would probably want to be... I'd probably want to be in the movies. How long have I been missing game audio, though? This is a little awkward. I'm distracted from watching two Ivysaurs duke it out because I just found out I haven't had audio, which I am terribly sorry for, folks. If you ever see technical stuff like that, feel free to let me know. My computer tends to struggle a little bit with this kind of stuff, so if something's happening, I may not immediately be aware. See you when you get back. According to my stream, I should have game audio again now, but if I didn't, could somebody please let me know? So here we have Pichu and TK. We should have audio again. I've got Wadoob confirming we've got audio again, so sorry about that, folks. And thank you, Wadoob, for the shout-out letting me know that there was an audio drop issue. I don't know how long it lasted, and I do apologize to anybody who was affected by that. We should have audio again, though, so it shouldn't be as much of a problem now. Alright, now we're back to commenting. We got a pretty even match here. We got Opposition, who styled really hard on me last time. And I'm not salty, but I won't pretend I can be a perfectly, perfectly objective announcer in this particular situation. Pichu has got to step up that game a little bit with these two Pokemon duking it out. Alright, so right now, it's not looking so good for Pichu TK, because we got Opposition here just throwing down. And, unlike with me, they're clearly actually trying. But that doesn't mean that Pichu's just gonna let him roast him completely. They do want to put something on the books. Woo! There we go. Opposition is not going to recover from that, which means Pichu TK is not going to be free stocked. Or even two stocked. That was the wrong way to put it, but you know what I'm saying. Both Charizards just hitting up with as much of this Flame Blast, or... Flame Blast isn't even the word for it. Oh! Oh! Well, Opposition takes it. But, that was a tight battle. I look forward to seeing another one and seeing if it's a little more of the same. Okay. It looks like the game audio is fully restored now, so I'm not sure what was going on. That was weird. I'm really sorry about that, guys. That must have been really awkward. Just, oh, suddenly he has no game audio. Okay, that's weird. Pichu versus Pichu. That would be interesting. Alright, we got Pichu TK going back in with somebody new. Bringing out his own Pichu. Her own Pichu. Bringing out Pichu. And we're up against Shulk. Now, I was under the impression you could only have two different characters to play as in this tournament, and it seems like Opposition is kind of flying in the face of that rule. But I may misunderstand the tournament, and Green is welcome to call me out if I am in fact wrong about that. But last I checked, you had to pick two players in advance, which is why I've been spamming Yoshi. And that was it. But You know, it's none of my business. I'm just the commentator. I'm not the administrator. Woo! Nice counter there. Nice counter, Pichu. That was solid. It's a pretty even percentage split right now, especially with the recoil damage that Pichu can deal to themselves. But they're both moving pretty fast, and I will say right now, this is a high-speed match that's really hard to track. Like, you don't want to blink for too long, because either one of these people could pull off something you're totally unexpected. Green hasn't commented, so I must have been wrong about the rules. Ooh! It's a good thing opposition used jump right about then, because that would have been a tight spot to not have it. Spamming that down B in an effort to keep old Pichu at bay here. It seems to be working, but it isn't stopping Pichu from unleashing what they've got. Charge that up. Charge that forward smash just a little too long. It's gonna be up to Pichu to try and counteract that motion now. Alright, I just noticed my game audio dropped again. Not sure what happened there. Okay. Well, after this stream, folks, I will be having some conversations with my capture card. Well, Pichu has made an impressive return. Opposition here may have started off feeling confident, but this is definitely not going the way they hoped for originally. And Pichu is not gonna let up. Nice! That is a solid finish. Pichu TK, we all applaud that. That was an excellent comeback. Alright. We got 7 views here. Some of you have left us, but you will forever remain in our memory. Doing a quick page refresh to make sure that frame rates are okay. Alright. Palutena, you're up again. I don't know what a Mega Smash is, but Pichu is feeling confident in being Pichu. Palutena here. Palutena's bouncing all over the place, trying, it seems, to keep old Pichu at bay, and it is going fairly well. She's right on top of him. Right on top of him, but now they're just staring at each other, just ominous glaring. If Pichu is capable of ominous glaring, I imagine that's what he's doing right about now. Ouch. That stung. I don't know, Beta. I haven't heard much about our losers bracket. If so, I'm not sure how that would be arranged, but Green might have some ideas. Pichu TK, I don't know what to say, man, but this is looking rough. I mean, I can't pretend I wouldn't like to see more, but if this is your match, if this is it, then we'll have to live with it. And Will, who has been commenting this whole time about wanting to take you on, well, you know how it is. Peach is trying to hold it together, but it's not going too well. And I don't even say that to be unkind. It's rough. It's rough. Ouch! That stung. Well, Will, sorry, but you will not be facing off against Pichu TK 1 versus 1. And opposition is moving to the next round. Welcome back, folks, for those of you rejoining us. Alright, well that brings us to the next battle. Is this the finale? I feel like this might be the finale. We got Opposition versus Pichu. Here goes, folks. We've got the King of Evil versus... Isn't she supposed to be like the Goddess of Light? I never really played Kid Icarus. Ooh! That looked like it was going to hit, but it didn't. These guys move fast considering their sizes, especially Ganon. In fact, I've seen Ganon move at some much higher speeds than I would normally anticipate in a game like this. I know that Ganon himself is fairly impressive in several games and is a force to be reckoned with, but he just moves a lot faster, it feels like, in Pichu's impressive grip. Well, I will say right now, Pichu may be racking up damage points, but they're also racking up stocks. If Opposition doesn't find some way to pull it together, Ganon won't have even a hard time dealing with this. Ooh. Got him off stage, though. Trying to style on him. That styling ended up counterbalancing Opposition. I know you enjoyed styling on me, making me look bad, but Pichu here's a lot better at this than I am. I wouldn't be playing games. Yeah. Alright, Pichu. Well, I don't want to say you made that look easy, but, that brings us up to the next match, folks. What will it be like? My phone seems to be having issues. It's not terribly important. I'm just using it to manage Discord, so there's a thing there, but that's okay. We've got 8 viewers, guys, and I believe this right here could be the finale, so this is a great time to be tuned in. One last question and answer session, perhaps? Sorry y'all had to hear that. Alright. Pichu versus Squirtle. The type matchup might seem to say that it was in Pichu's favor, but we'll see if Opposition can bring out more of a performance than they did in that last match. Pichu seems to be doing a little bit of styling, but now they're at roughly equal percentages, so it's a tight spot for the both. Ooh! Squirtle is not bringing too much pain here. Every time they start to land an attack, Pichu's on top of it. So the opposition, so to speak, the opposition here is having a challenging time. Looks like it's time for Ivysaur to come out and see if they can finish up what old Squirtle wasn't really quite pulling off. Alright, folks, cast your votes now. Who's gonna take this W? That was just... Pichu, that was unnecessary. And unfortunately, it cost you a stock. Definitely waffles every time, Tux. Waffles every time. I'll say right now, though, even if Pichu got style points and ended up getting a little bit roasted for it, they're doing a pretty solid job counteracting what's going on here. Ooh, look at that. Just because. Opposition, I don't know how to say this, but I think you're about to have your goose cooked. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. To answer that question, Beta, I could probably... I mean, I'd be willing to do a dub if somebody wanted to hire me. Kind of depends on the material, of course. Because nobody's asked me. Ooh! Pichu! Ouch! It's down to 1 stock, folks. This is... It's do or die time. Only one of these characters can come out on top. The real question is, can Ivysaur do it? Look at that. Look at that, folks. What we just witnessed was some stylish battling. Pichu! Congratulations! I believe in the chat you're Will, so I'm gonna give you... You're gonna give... that's impressive. That was impressive. That was a great match, folks. And I think that means the tournament is over. I think that means our W goes to, Pichu. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. How many battles they gotta do? Now I'm confused. How can I do the final commentary if nobody tells me what just happened? You know, the PMD comic dub could be fun. At one point I was considering trying to voice characters in the game I'm going to be playing for streams soon, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, dubs could be fun. I agree with you there, Tux. I just gotta figure out how I would pull it off. I'm glad you all like the sound of my voice, but I don't do a ton of voices, is the problem. So I'd have to figure out, like, how to play that through. Also, if you don't like waffles, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Beta, I would definitely be interested in doing more dubs. Or, that is to say, I would be interested in doing dubs. Because I've never really invested into that. This channel tends to focus me mostly just playing video games, but it could eventually expand to include other things, and dubs could be fun. Thank you, Tux. I will have to keep that under consideration. What's interesting is, I'm actually part of a comic myself, and Tux knows this, but I don't think anyone else does. And I do pretty much all the writing for it, and it doesn't update like as regularly as we would like, partially because the artist and I are both doing it as a love to do this kind of project, and neither of us are being paid for it. If we ever do get paid for it, that'd be cool. But I do a lot of the writing for it, but what's funny is every once in a rare while, the main character has to make an appearance, and when that happens, I do the talking for him. And honestly, he just kind of sounds like me, but with a higher voice. Let's see, let me see if I can pull it off. I probably can't because I usually have to think about it for like 20 minutes. A dating sim? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? No. Absolutely not. Whew, Pichu's having a tough time this time. Opposition came in for the clutch there. But they got countered almost immediately by Pichu. This match here is so even that it's really anyone's game. Like, I can't even begin to make an assumption about who's going to take this. I can say that each character has their advantages and disadvantages. And Pichu seems to be struggling, but not as much as you might expect. Like, considering the number of things Pichu has fought today, I gotta give him kudos because they're really pulling it through. Opposition is not exactly underperforming, though, so it's not going to be, like, an easy sell for either of them. What happens is, if either one of them gets a really, truly solid connection, then that's going to be it for the other guy. Pichu, that stung. You have to make this next one count, and you have to take them out fast. You don't take out opposition quickly on this stock, you're at a serious disadvantage. But apparently me saying that was all that you needed, so good for you. Ooh, more damage on Palutena already. They're both playing a lot of air dodging games, but it's really up close and personal stuff. I feel like I'm watching some kind of ninja battle. Ooh. Pichu here has decided to give up on the whole throwing back punches. That's it, folks. That is it. Game, set, and match. Well played. Well played indeed. Well, what to say? We've had so many competitors in so many epic battles and a few not so epic battles. But, Pichu here. Okay, how many matches do you people have to do? I'm not trying to be that guy, but, you know, I feel like we've seen this now. Yeah, dubbing my comic could be fun. I could probably look into that. I'd have to talk to the artist. Ah, of course. Green, who we haven't seen battle this whole time. Or at least not in a while.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, my screen went dark again. This is going to be an impressive battle, folks. But it seems like Green has been hanging out on the sidelines because he can. Not because he's particularly worried about any of his competitors. Both of them are giving each other a pretty solid match, but Ness is struggling a little now. Just gonna air dodge back on there, I see. Yo-yo it, and Ness, you're out. Sorry. But Pichu was ready for you. Almost performed a shield break. Almost. Ooh. Ness, you gotta get a solid hit in on there and let Pichu stop jabbing on you. Thank you, Tux. I will definitely be keeping that in mind. That could be a very cool thing to have. Ooh. Nice solid cleanup there, Ness. Green, come on. You're giving it a good shot, but this is getting wild. It's a Pokemon comic for anybody who's curious, by the way. Oof, 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 oof. 2 stocks versus 1 stock, 25% on Pichu. Pichu can take at least another 70% punishment before really being in the danger zone, so Ness has his work cut out for him. Seriously cut out for him. Oof. Big oof. Not sure what to do with this information. But I will say that Ness is trying. Oh! It's not enough. But it is! I spoke too soon, folks. I spoke too soon. This is just the kind of epic battling. This is the kind of thing that defies description. You don't even know what to say because it's so tight. And while it looks like Pichu has a serious advantage, there is no doubt in my mind, none at all, that Green gave him a solid run for his money. Well, that was impressive. That was impressive. Pichu is continuing to remain undefeated. Kudos. Big kudos. There's so much going on here. But it looks like they're going to go right back into it, folks. I'm going to check in on the Discord server for this tournament and see if I'm missing anything. There is nothing going on in the Discord server. I was curious. Alright, folks. Place your bets now. Who do you think's going to take this one? Now that Green is more familiar with how Pichu likes to style and is doing all sorts of floaty dances. Whew. Lots of PK fire going on here. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool though to dub the comic. I could see comic dubs being a thing I do. I don't know how much call there is for voice acting, but it would be a lot of fun, I feel like. Eventually, someday, maybe, I can drop the, you guys can see the animated project I worked on and how it, would have gone if it had, you know, happened. Well, that's a 2-on-2, folks. They both took a stock, so that's even. That's even. I don't know what else to say about that. But this is pretty wild. This is pretty wild. I don't know. You know, you ever get to a point where you wish you had something to say, and you're just watching what's happening in front of you, and you don't know what else to say about it? I've had a lot of days like that. But right now, this battle, just the sheer amount of whatever is going on, and how quick everything is moving, it makes it so that you can't even be sure what'll happen with your next second. It's all so fast. But I will say right now, Ness seems to have picked up on a little bit of how Pichu picks things up, and so, well, maybe not. Nice little grab motion, though. Oh. Doing a little bit of a skull bash there, but it wasn't enough to save him. Wasn't enough to save him. This is an intense battle, guys. This one is down to the wire. If Ness can recover from this, he's in a really good shape. Look at that. But, not good enough. It's one-on-one, folks. One-on-one. Can Ness pull out what is necessary to take this W and at least tie Green up? Or will Pichu roll through undefeated? It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be real tight. Oop, lag. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. This is gonna be tight. This is gonna be real tight. There we go. Whew, look at that. Ouch. Doubly ouch. We got high percentages on both characters. Either one of them could land a solid hit. It was Pichu. Green gave a respectable performance. That was an incredibly respectable performance, but Pichu has taken the W once more. Green, if you're listening, now might be the time to tell me what happens next. Because that was intense. Look at that. Well, congratulations to Pichu, folks. I want to tell everybody this is a good, solid gameplay. And everybody seems to be hanging out in the waiting area now, except me and No, so I don't know what's going on. Green, hit me up. Tell me what's going on. You know, folks, when you think about it, this tournament has moved pretty fast. It's been less than 3 hours, and we've already declared, I believe, a champion. It's too bad I can't, like, give anybody, you know, a trophy or something. Whoa, hey, what? Hey, what's going on? Oh, it's brackets time. I think it's brackets time. Opposite? What? Green, what just happened? I need to know what's happening. Okay, well, now we got the Wii Fit Trader here for some reason, and Bayonetta just showed up. I'm so lost.
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, against this 4-player bash, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to get a lot more chaotic, that's for darn sure. Whew! You know what? When there's that many people on screen, what do you even say, right? But I will say this, there's a bit of crowding going on, and now there are items, so that could be a whole new thing we've got to deal with. We've got black holes and firing weapons and all sorts of nonsense. But the question is, who will come out, like, last? Like, who's going to be KO'd first? And it's Bayonetta. Bayonetta is the first one off screen. Ness is the second one off screen. Pichu and Opposition are still hanging in there. But it's oh, Pichu's off. Opposition is off. Look at this, folks. We got 2 stocks around the whole board. Opposition with the lowest percentage, but as you all know, that can change anytime. There is so much going on here, and somebody just got the final smash. The question is, Bayonetta's final smash is extremely technical. Can they pull it off? And the answer is, kind of. It froze everybody. Ness is going to bring down his PK Star Storm to just nail everybody in his way. PK Star Storm is an iconic maneuver, and I've always enjoyed watching it. Unfortunately, it was not enough. And now we got Pichu rolling out his final smash. Woo! Pichu's the only one left with 2 stocks, so there may be a distinct possibility that this match goes to Pichu right away. Chaos does reign. There's really no other way to describe this. Now it's time for the Wii Fit Trainer to pull out their maneuver. Ooh, Pichu's gonna have a tough time. But they recovered. Bayonetta is out. Bayonetta's the first one to go. Sorry, Pichu TK. And now we got this weapon just being spammed. Pichu is out again. That brings us with just opposition at a high percentage, green at a slightly lower one. Opposition is trying to pull some style moves, but this is a dangerous time to be doing them. Pichu, on the other hand, Pichu seems to be kind of playing their guard, but can they stay out of PK Star Storm? This is not the easiest maneuver to get away from. But it worked. They survived it. Right now, opposition's got the highest percentage. Pichu is hanging in there as best they can. Everybody got roasted on that item. Holy moly. Opposition is out. That brings us just a green and Pichu. With Pichu having a much higher filled smash bar, they may be able to pull up one more final smash before this match is over. If they manage to nail Ness with it, it may be it. Or maybe Ness will just green shell him in the face and that'll be it. That'll be the whole thing. Thank you for that, Tux, but unfortunately I have to disagree. The Psionic Legend takes the W. Congratulations to Green. I'm gonna send a quick message out here. Alright. I'm in standby mode, but it looks like we're going to get to see this happen a second time. I think opposition just went with random this time, so the rules are just changing all over the place. This must be a more casual TM bracket. Me? I'm not going to hop back into this mess. Are you kidding me? I happen to like being alive. Oof. Fox McCloud, Bayonetta, Pichu, and Ness. I'm told that Fox used to be incredibly overpowered in Melee, but that since then he's become much more evenly balanced. Even though he falls a lot faster than I think any character has the right to fall. Thank you, Tux. I like that summary. That works. Oof, but Fox is out in a heartbeat. Wasn't even a question mark there. Oh, we got people slipping and tripping and popping and bopping, and Ness here is going to claim the hammer. And, well, Pichu is McToast. Coming back for revenge. How we doing for frame rate, everybody? I got 6 people here in the chat, and none of you are saying anything. So I just need to make sure that something didn't go wrong. Well, except Tux. Tux here is great. Because he's got all sorts of good stuff. Unlike me. Look at that, folks. 2 stocks all around. Green was hanging in there the longest, but now it's back to a full 2-stock battle. Whew. Pichu ready with that final smash. Some characters have evaded it just by not being too close, but opposition is toasted. Roasted and toasted. And toasted. I'm done rhyming now. Probably. Ness coming in with a PK Star Storm. Will it be enough to knock anybody else off the ridge? Well, it did some serious damage, even if it didn't KO anybody. Pichu here's got his hot curry, so you don't want to get too close. And then Fox bringing out his final smash. So long, Bayonetta. That's gonna hurt. Well, there's a lot to unpack here. Pichu's recovering all that HP as best they can. Kudos for that. Ooh, weapon time. Unfortunately, Pichu self-roasted with it, so Green has the most stocks now. Ness is definitely bringing the strongest battle in. I will say that right now. Ooh. Ooh. Well, Bayonetta and Fox are going for it, but Fox is the first one out. Opposition, you're toasted. Now it's Pichu, Green, and Pichu. Alright, it's time for a final smash from Bayonetta, if they can pull it off, which we shall see. Yep, looks like it. I will just say right now, I don't like that final smash. But, Green really didn't have much of a chance around that sucker. Oof. Another final smash for Bayonetta if she can pull it off. She's coming for, well, coming for nobody, apparently. Pichu TK does not hit anyone, but Pichu is trying his best to even things out. Ness, on the other hand, is just really not having it anymore. Oof. You know, with the ceiling caving in like that, you'd think they would have an issue. Bayonetta is out. Ness's chance to win this match out and just knock Pichu right off the old... Yep, nope. It didn't go anywhere. Well, I will say right now, with one stock remaining for both, this has been a fantastic battle, and while old Ness here has definitely put out some impressive performances, I don't ever want to count Pichu out for all the stuff he's pulled off. Ouch! Ouch! That is devastating, honestly. That game over there. Owie, ouch. Well, I think we've determined that Pichu is definitely the champ. Yeah, that's a good point, Tux. Bayonetta comes from a pretty inappropriate background with some inappropriate games, and yeah, there's a reason that they had to tone that down for this, because otherwise this will go from an E10 game to an M-rated game. Alright folks, we're going to stream one more of these, and then if I don't get some kind of feedback from Green, we'll probably get ready to wrap up. It's been fun spectating, but it is 3 o'clock, and I know some of you guys it's even later, so I don't want to keep y'all here all day, especially because it looks like the victory has been claimed. Alright, so as some parting thoughts, I guess, if you will, next Saturday, my plan is to stream Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which I'm very excited about because I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I bought the game a while back. I've been planning to play it for a while, and we'll just see how that stream goes. But in the interim, you're welcome to check out my other material. I strongly encourage you to do so if you haven't already. For those of you who subscribed for the first time today, thank you. It was great having you aboard. For those of you who've been here a while, thank you. It's great to have you back. Green, I want to thank you for inviting me to this tournament. I know you can't hear me because you're busy trying to 3-stock everybody, and that's kind of a challenge. But that's cool. I want to thank Tux for his fantastic commentary, and I want to thank Oatism for providing me a good matchup. I want to thank Laduke for the music and for just overall being fantastic at what you do. And I strongly encourage y'all to check out each of those people and their stuff when you get the chance, because it's all very fun to look at, and they all have brought some great things to the table. And so I definitely want to hype myself up because I'm hoping y'all will stick around for more, and that's great. But I don't want to take a moment without remembering how great the contributions other folks have made to making this stream a possibility are. So just remember all of that, and have a great rest of your weekend, I guess. When this match wraps up, I too will be wrapping up. It's getting pretty crazy up in here. Just gonna say it. Like, there's a lot going on here. But she brought the giant monster thing out again. I know there's something to that, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, M-rated Smash is a thing I don't need. No thank you. If you guys have any questions for me, now's the time. because I am listening. We got 5 viewers here, so this is the time to add any last comments you may have. I want to thank you all for just joining me. It's been good. Look at that. One stock for everybody again. Green and Pichu are apparently the fan favorites, so to speak. I don't know why I said it in that voice. It must be because I'm sleepy. Anyways, I'm just gonna be thinking about this a while. Oh, you don't want to have that thing hit at you. Oh, look at that! Hoist by your own petard. Pichu TK, you're out. Well, folks, that brings it up down to Ness and Pichu again. Brings it down, I should say. Who's gonna take it? The vote seems to be in favor of old Ness here, but we'll see, or old Pichu here, but we'll see if Ness can manage to pull off one last thing. You don't ever want to count him out. He's gonna go for those iframes that he gets and see if he can bring this over. Look at that! Last second final smash save. I'm not answering that question, Tux. That's not happening. Not now. Not ever. Alright, everybody. Well, I'm going to bounce out of the stadium. A few of these folks will probably continue playing together for a while, which is fantastic. But for me, I'm done. The stream is a success, I think, and I've had a great time. Whoops. I'm trying to get out of here. Ah, sorry, whoever I'm... Guys, I'm trying to get out of here. There we go. Alright, well, they kicked me out. Well, they didn't kick me out, but it kicked me out. Thanks, Wadoop. I'm glad you had a good time. Everybody, thank you again so much for joining. I'm gonna call it a day now, but I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing y'all again on Monday and beyond. So have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.